Right? Alive. Well, by the Connie Yahuwah, another Yoon, Layla, and we him. Isn't that right? Posting up on time. Appreciate the Most High for sparing us, giving us another opportunity. Ready to come and hear, see, consider, make preparation, make sure we get this thing right before we get out of here. Goodness, y'all sound pathetic. Y'all are trying to get it right before you get out of here. Good, I don't know. Where every time like, I mean, make up your mind what you're trying to do. Isn't that right? So I appreciate Yahuwah for everything he's doing, everything he's done, everything he's going to do. Make no mistake, it's according to his will. That's those people over in the Middle East. They won't accept it, but it's his will. Isn't that right? He's been trying to get everybody to turn, but man been doing his own thing. Now man got to pay for what he's done. One thing about it, they can't say they ain't heard the sound of the Katos Ra. Isn't that right? But they chose to do what they wanted to do, and they kept playing. They introduced the end and everything in there, and now you got to pay for it. Same way we did it. It's the same Elohim. He had to do it. He did it to us. He got to do it to everybody that inhabit the place. If you name the Shem or Yahushua HaMashiach, it said let every man depart from iniquity. So if you still committing Qatar, then he said you're in bad shape, then you're a victim at that point. That's why it's to everybody's benefit to turn and repent and get it right. But unfortunately, everybody got their own ideology. Everybody got their own understanding about it now. You got to give back recourse. That's what they're dealing with now. They're dealing with the recourse. So you inhabit the place. You should have known what you were doing before you got in it. You should have understood all of the laws, the rituals, and the rights of it. And he let you do like we did. We played with him when we were down. And he cast us right on out, too. He put up with us a little longer. He said, everybody else, I won't tolerate him that long. They got there in 1949. 2003, he said, your time up. That's for everybody. So everybody got to look at for everybody. He come back to recompense it. That just shows how Yahuwah, he's Sadiq at everything he do. He's Sadiq. It is. He's just. He got us out. You know, a lot of people won't understand the war, and they'll feel like, oh, you're on the Palestinian side. You know, the problem is you got two covenants fighting each other. That's the problem you got. Both sons, they got a berith through Abraham. So now you got both of them fighting. Now it's going to come down to whose covenant going to stand. That's where your situation is. Nobody looked at it that way, did they? They never had a religious war. They'll tell you about a religious crusade. There's been no Christian religious crusade. It's impossible. Only religious crusade that's gonna ever be in that being is when you fighting against the Yahudim. You come against Yasharal. And this is one now they come back and they're gonna fight on the fact of who's Elohim gonna stand the problem. We got both people are claiming basically the same Elohim. One saying that their Berith overrides the other one. I say they ought to both sit down and reason together. Abraham only kept one. He gave him two, but he only kept one. It ain't hard to figure this whole thing out. I mean, did you see Abraham all the way to adulthood? Did you stay there or were you cast out? Let's just be practical about what we're saying. Who did he tell he would give Jerusalem to? We don't have no writings about going to no Saudi Arabia and going to no Mecca. We don't have it. That's somebody else's writings. I don't have a problem with it. That's your writings. Stay with your writings. But you got to understand, we stand with writings where it stayed consistent. Ours wasn't a break off. Ours stayed continual. Isn't that right? We turned astray. We went astray. We turned aside, but the Berith still stood. That's what we bringing us back to, the same promise. Although we were cast away and dispersed in all these different lands, Brazil, America, and South America, all these places, the Berith still stand. That's how we know he told. He said, I'm Elohim. He said, I changed not. That's why he said, that's why you're not consumed. That don't mean we ain't been consumed because he changed not. Well, he would have destroyed us the day when we went up, when Mushah delayed his coming. But when he told him, I got to get these people where I'm supposed to be taken, it's according to the promise. Said, lie out here, you don't even know why you're here. I'm only here because of the promise. So, I mean, to me, you know, sometimes you see, you might be friends with somebody. When the two brothers get to fight, just let them have it. Let them have it. Both of them got time stamps on when they got there. Tell them to go all the way back and say, give me your latest, the earliest date you got him. 1949. I want to know what happened the day before 1949 in the month that you got there. Who had it? These are questions nobody asking, are they? If you got here in 1949, who had it before you got back here? What was the city doing before you came here? The Palestinian too. It just been honest. If nobody, listen, the truth be told in the Middle East, nobody over there going to tell the truth. Nobody in the Keebler Africa going to tell the truth. This is the sad part of the whole situation. From a Keebler to the Middle East, everybody's a liar. Nobody going to tell the truth. Just tell the truth. It makes no sense. Who was there? You got Africa ready to go fight with the Palestinians, but then they claiming Christianity, which makes absolutely no sense. You talking about one of the most mixed up agreements I ever seen in my life. The fact that you got Christians going out trying to support people of color, they trying to run out, they trying to support the Palestinians. You don't even have a permanent right to vote. You ain't in no condition to help nobody else. I don't know what your fight will be. Listen, I am Yehudi. Jerusalem is my homeland. I don't have a dog in that fight with these people. Because the first thing you need to do is let's just sit down and tell the truth. That's the easy way to enter country. And stop running with people because you say they're your people. Run with the truth. That's me. It don't make no difference you claim Yehudi. What is the truth? The truth of the matter is, tell these people where you came from. Tell these people when you got here. Tell these people what were you calling yourself before you took on this ideology, before you took on this identity. Palestinian, let's just tell the truth. There are some people who have been there. It's amazing that everybody of a dark hued skin is gone. You got some of them. You'll see some, they'll never show them on the TV program. Every time you see that, everybody you see is white-skinned, Muslim. All of our people have been there for years. They'll never show it. You watch India. India don't show us. Only time you see some people look like us, you're going to be at one of the gas stations. And they're going to be on the lower end of the totem pole. You ain't going to find a whole bunch of dark-skinned Indians because they mix with Russians. Most of y'all don't even know how they got to dinner. They got mixed and got white because the Russians came in. The Aryans came in. These people came in from Russia. They broke the dams, split the land, and they took it over, and all these people messed up. The folks in India don't even know. Their religion, if you go and study folk back, their religion go date back further over to Europeans. Every one of these people, including us, every one of us got disciplines of European. And that's the stupid part, we fighting each other. What's your truth? Nobody want to sit down and tell the truth. We all fighting each other. What's your truth? Every one of our truth come from Europe. That's the part everybody need to look at before you start. Before you swing, before you fight, before you argue, where your truth came from. See, nobody want to be honest. Nobody want to be honest. When it comes to being saved, people don't want to be honest. Because the first thing you need to be honest about your identity. Be honest about how you achieved it, how you got it. That's why people keep living the lie in churches, in mosques, in synagogues, and everywhere else, because nobody want to deal with the truth. All we want to do is give me your origination date of when you started. The Elohim or the God that you claiming, just tell me when did he get him. What did he tell you he did? Why is he destroying you? I know why. I have writings on why he came back to get us. He told me before it happened. He didn't tell me after I was beat saying what happened. He told me what I was going to do before I did it. Then it showed that we done it, and he came back and did exactly what he said he was going to do. Then he came back and told me, I'm going to recover you, though. I just want to hear these people. Tell me your course of action. What's your remedy? These people have been praying. You go into the mosque, and all of y'all been ran out. 1 million people have to evacuate and go. This everybody. This including us. Everybody been serving some Elohim or some God. Nobody want to talk about the truth. Your God just displaced you and made all of y'all get out of here and you at the sea. Your baby's being blown up, y'all being killed, and nobody questioning their God. Everybody fighting each other. Everybody need to sit down and start looking at your religion and look at how you're serving him. Because one of the confidence of serving him is for protection. The same way why you establish a government is to protect you. So if I'm not being protected, I'm being victimized, I need to question what I'm doing. Everybody wants to play hide your head in a hole and blame it on the white man. We just need to sit down and let's start dealing with what's factual. The truth of the matter is we have been living lies so long, nobody want to talk about the truth. Why is it so hard to talk about the truth? What the truth gonna do? I know, it'll uncover a lie. It'll expose a lie. And why people refusing to do it, we steadily dying. The Jesus Christ theory, Santa Claus, all this stuff that people doing. Why don't people just tell the truth? It's for the kid. Why we can't tell the kids the truth? Why you slap your kid and mom and your kid lie to you? You say, hey, did you touch that? Did you do it? No. Wow, what you doing lying to me? You saying telling lies. Then I told you about a man gonna come down the chimney. We only have a chimney. We stay in an apartment. You know what I'm saying? Then landed reindeer, one of them got a light bulb made in it. It's just constant lie, and then it's all attached to a religion. I remember churches got the nerve. One guy, he called it trunk wing. Trunk, trunk wing. They everything other than Halloween. hallelujah wing. Why you got to put any monster goblin, attach it to your salvation? Why you have any connection with this foolishness? Some killing, destroying people, scaring people, God, coming back from the dead, stuff you don't even supposed to play with. And yet the church is doing it. And we wonder what's going on today. The biggest lie being told coming from all these pulpits. Because nobody want to deal with the truth. You dying. We victims. If it ain't you, it's somebody else out there. And it's the fact that other preachers got time to wait, run around trying to fight somebody about religion, and they ain't even got their stuff together. Sitting around, made a fool of, everybody making a fool. If people your friend, they'll tell you the truth. They'll tell you, if you're in the truth, why don't you just serve and show it? It'll prove itself out. There ain't nobody I call, ain't nobody I run them by the verify, ain't nothing I need to call them, sit down them, and let them check it. If it ain't the truth, it'll show itself. This is what everybody got. People don't want to sit down and really deal with the truth. That's why people get here and tell lie, sit around, smoke beat, smoke cigarette, drink liquor, tell lie, and attach it to the book so you can drink. When he told you can drink liquor? Right. Where's Bill at? Right. Where's a lot of stuff that people get? He clearly told you it's not good for a malak to have strong drink. Right. He talked about our judgment. A lot of things, it's just not too for us. A lot of things people doing, well, I don't see the problem, but I don't see the problem. When you're starting to deal with your spirituality, root agni, you have to really be careful about what you entertain and what you get yourself into, even from conversation. It's not beneficial. We're on an endeavor to try to obtain the Ruach HaKodesh. That's for everybody. In order to do that, then you have to have a certain mindset. And you're not going to be able to do it with everything everybody else doing. I know people, I don't see nothing wrong. It's a lot wrong with it. And this is what you got to look at, the people telling that wrong with it. Say, do you possess the Ruach HaKodesh? What that got to do with anything? Well, that's the first answer. I ask you again, because a lot of times people are risky because they're not they're not actually competing to obtain it, and they don't have it. So anything risky, anything that goes outside of course they're accountable to do it because that's not their agenda. And then a lot of times you'll make bad decisions and because then, what happened? What happened? Where did you seek your counsel? Let me tell you something. 2 ways they find that Allah spoke to him. And the first, they found he spoke to them about in the bar, which means when the people want to know something, they would go and they would inquire at the grocery store. I'm trying to think what it was. Put in the bar. Because he would have contact and communication with. After that, we start seeking it through his being. That's why people can't inquire Yahushua. Who was going to know better what they need to do? My friend. Who else? Why wouldn't your friend know? Your friend saved, your friend compliant, your friend obeying. So, of course, they're going to have the right advice. Y'all quiet. What's wrong? That don't make sense? Yes, sir. See, the pattern, this is what y'all start looking. Look at patterns. He said, let him that's what it was taught, communicate with. And what good things? Some of them make sense to me. A lot of stuff y'all had to start slowing down. Y'all had to consider, because this will hurt you when you really trying to seek the Ruach HaKodesh. A lot of stuff y'all do, I don't agree with it. I just kind of see how long y'all to keep going and y'all to do stuff. Because first thing y'all do, y'all don't ask counsel. Wise counsel, you'll go to wise counsel. That's why they sought in the bar. Why would I go to wise counsel? You think I'm going to bounce something off y'all and ask you? What you think your opinion going to be? You just waiting to agree to something. When I do it, I have to look how. Let me see. I got to basically way down the road. That's the difference. See, the goal is y'all trying to obtain the Ruach HaKodesh, y'all let too many other things kind of sidetrack you. You can't let everything sidetrack, even with people, and involve yourself with a lot of stuff. You just can't. He told when a person, you're in a war. When you're in a war, you know what you can't do? You can't be on your phone trying to look on Facebook. You remember when you used to be on Facebook? You be out there when y'all was shooting, when y'all had stuff on? You was on Instagram? Twitter? Man, look, they trying to make it back home, man. I ain't got time. That's for people who got the leisure time to do. And I only say that because a lot of times people don't consider. Do y'all know where y'all at right now? You're in a war, and you don't even realize it because you've been deceived by everything around you. A lot of y'all wonder why you have so many stumbling blocks and so many things happen, because you forget what you're in. You're in for the fight of your life. Don't y'all know that man told he don't cut this short, nobody gonna be saved. How tight they gonna get? You barely holding on now, ain't nothing going on. What you gonna do when he gonna cut? Let me tell you, y'all want the truth? I told y'all before, now y'all not gonna make it, because you're not minded. You scraping now. What you going to do, he said, unless he cut it short? You really have to look at where you need to be mentally, where you need to be ruachni. All these things are imperative. It's important. Y'all made too many hiccups. Y'all made too many bad decisions for me to say to buy into the, I'm really trying to make sure I get this. It makes no sense to me because I have to look at, weigh everything you're doing and look at what you're trying to achieve and tell me where the sense come in at. I'm trying to buy a house. I ain't saving no money. And my credit like 306. Who believe me? Raise your hand. Who believe I'm trying? Now let me ask y'all a question for y'all didn't raise your hand. What? Somebody didn't raise their hand. Tell me why you didn't raise your hand. Why y'all didn't raise? Nobody don't know why they didn't raise their hand. Credit too low. What you gonna say? I ain't even saving no money. I'm trying to get a Ra Shyth and everything it tell me to do, I ain't even doing it. Now how y'all picked up the logic on that, but y'all didn't pick up the logic about the Ra Shyth? See, everything needs to entail something. This is the real goal for it. I know y'all don't see it because the day weather, it was non-jacket wearing weather. That's how that'll fool you. Now y'all know this is winter now. If people with shorts on, I know you butt naked because it felt good and the folks saying, your body don't transition the way that weather does. It just doesn't. Even when you get in your car and you cut the air conditioner on, you just got a straight heat. Your body don't transpire that. It don't actually, then when you pop back out in the heat, your body's thrown. You good. You're like, whoa, it's hot. Your body looking at, I'm jumping, I'm doing a lot of changing. It's not applicable for me. That's why a lot of times people get summer cold, different things, because the body don't adjust that quick. You're just doing things, but your body not adjusting with it. We're trying to get to where everybody obtain the Ra Shyth, which means we have to make sure that we're following a certain pattern because that's a behavior that he's looking for, okay? We talked about before with Abarym. Abraham was considered because of behavior that he exemplified. That behavior was different from everybody else, even from among his mishpachah. Now, Elohim took him from a people that were not clean, but it was the fact of what he demonstrated in his behavior, in his mindset. Abraham was willing to. That's the kind of mind you got to have. Don't just associate Abraham when you're talking in Palau, Abraham, Yasakah, what they call Isaac, your code. He only picked these people because they portray a certain character or behavior. He said, I can use that. Now, why aren't you trying to mimic these people? Oh, I know you're going to get it a different way. Well, there are other ways to get it. You can lie and get it. Appreciate it. Say, this joint. Okay, like that. Shalom. Appreciate all of y'all. Everybody on there, appreciate them. Fred to drop back in. Let's get ready to go to work. We talk because my goal is to make sure we get it. That's what you pay me for, right? All right, that's how I make sure. I know y'all want to pay me for something else, but I have to do what he want me to do. And to get y'all to get it, you have to kind of let people see where your errors at, what keep you from getting it. So the goal is to see how to obtain it, right? And we want to follow patterns. That's all. Follow patterns. Let's say this is Romans 15:4. For those watching Byth ShamuAL, Romans 15:4. Listen.
For whatever Nikatab before.
So whatever was written before.
Nikatab to Lamadas.
To teach us, to show us, and to instruct us. So that through
endurance.
Going through without quitting.
And through the Nakum of the Ketubim.
And through the comfort of the writings.
We might have Tikva.
That's our goal. We talked about so we can have hope. So you trying to get something, and hope is not possible, it's not logical if you're not doing things a certain way. Okay? Certain things you're just not going to get help. That's what they looked at hope as being that opportunity and chance of. You're hoping and a chance of obtaining Ra Shyth, but what are you doing that's conducive to obtaining it? These are things you have to look at. People look for that hope. That keeps a person holding on. He talked about you not quitting, not giving up, and you have to use the writings in order to do that. A lot of y'all kind of barely holding on and scraping, which means you're not proficient in what you're doing with the writings. You're screwing up because you're not proficient in what you're doing with the writings. The writings were supposed to give you that hope. That's that lifeline. You know what I'm saying? Get you to hold on until you obtain the Ra Shyth. Okay? We'll look at some. Sit at 11 and 23. Sit at Auryah. They call it Luke. You got 2 more. That's all right. She went right. Listen, this is Auryah. They call it. Look, let's see this one more. Let's see. 11:23. Listen.
Everyone who is not with me.
Everyone who is not what?
With me.
Is what?
Against me.
Y'all hear what he said? He said, everyone that's not with him is against him. Listen.
And whoever does not gather with me.
Everybody that does not gather. No, for stop. Okay. Will. Come on, 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 Will. I want you. Come here for a minute, Will. Been doing all right? Good to see you. Put that check up there, man. You know what we're doing. Man, you been missing and everything. What you been doing with your life? Folks been up here saying you need a check and you put 2 of them up there. Put 1 more down. Will, I was very disappointed when they see you. Folks wanted you to have a check and you weren't here to get it. Appreciate it, Will. I like Will. Shouldn't pick on him because he's so nice. But then again, why not? I mean, all right, this is life. Life ain't fair. So now, this is something you want to think about. To make this statement to let people know, and I'm sure when this statement is made, a lot of people then look at being against him. I mean, he's saying probably basically looking at people who might try to come and capture him or try to come and take him, or people try to subdue him or try to kill him. And you look at those people. But anytime you're not doing the will, you're against them. See, we put in our mind, well, I ain't against him, so that's not to me. You are against him if you're not doing what he told you to do. See, the reason why he destroy and do things to us, because you moved into the place of being an enemy. Hello? See, when Yahushua looked at, let me see something for a second. So, okay. See if that 50 and 10, I think it is the book of Tahalym. I think it's 50 and 10. Might be 51 and 10, let me see. Tahalym. No, 10, 51. Come on down, let me say something. Go down a little bit. 12. No, other one, sorry. Is it 51? Let me say 51 and 10. Shatai went into council. We went to the Byth Elohim. Is it 51 and 10? Oh. See if it's 55. Yeah. 11 will be fine. So that what happens when you know so much? Sometimes you have to get old. They say what they call it, all-timers or whatever it might be. It ain't all-time. You unknown too much. And how much stuff and how much information you got over the years, you're going to forget something. Let's see what he told. Destruction. Hello?
Is in her midst.
He said destruction is in her midst.
Oppression and deceit do not depart from her streets.
He said oppression and what?
Deceit.
And deceit
do not depart from her streets.
Tell him what happened, son.
For it is not an enemy who reproaches me.
What happened?
Then I could have bare it.
He said I could have expected it. So if you're an enemy, Alah, you should expect certain things. What do you expect from your enemy? Your enemy see you brought down. What, you need a hand? Is everything okay? Just checking on you. You expect your enemy to check on you. No, you expect your enemy to make it worse. To try to increase the situation and make it be against you. That's what he's telling you. Listen.
Nor is it one who hates me who has exalted himself against me.
Now he's telling you, see, somebody that hates you would do what he's saying. A person that would do to me what's being done, he said, that's somebody that would hate me. The person who would do what's being done to me, he said, that's somebody that would be an enemy to me. But now he's telling you off the rip, he said, one enemy. He said, wasn't even nobody that even hated me. Tell him what happened, son.
Then I could hide myself from him.
Oh, my goodness. Who are we looking at? Hands? That quick. All right, answer. That's right. Wrong answer. Adon would have told you first, because he hid himself. That's why he told you, I heard you were coming, I hid myself. See, Adam wasn't stupid. That's what he learned. That's what he's trying to tell you. Adam wasn't stupid. He knew that man wasn't coming to dap it up with him. He said, man, come to kill me. I'm against him. See, a lot of stuff we don't, because that's what he realized. So this is what you ask yourself. You know he against you. Why wouldn't you do something different? I don't know. I mean, it's life. You know what you have to do? Yeah, honestly, I'm disappointed with y'all as a whole. I'm going to tell you why I'm disappointed with y'all as a whole. Because as much teaching as you all get, you should be further ahead. Honestly, it's terrible how behind you guys are. And y'all look like y'all be dumbfounded sometimes. This is your salvation. You need to consider, who's just telling you something? If a man hate me, what I expect from a man to hate me? What do I expect from a person that's my enemy? Why you think this man is vexing you? Because you need to fix the relationship. The relationship is not established on what you're thinking, that it's okay. Everybody goes through something. This man is telling you something that you need to consider. He said it was not an enemy. I could have taken it. I expected. He said, wasn't even from the person that hate me. Then I would have hid myself. Adam wasn't stupid. He knew. I just transgressed against this man. I need to hide myself. He's coming back for me. And the fact that we've learned this and we know this, there's no changes. The purpose when we come in is to set so we can be taught, okay? And being taught is so we can get a behavior that's consistent with him, that he said, I will seal that life. Getting the Ruach HaKodesh does not make you live right. That's the first problem you got. That makes no sense. Because I wouldn't tell you to repent and live right. I just give you the Ruach HaKodesh and you'll do it. The Ruach HaKodesh is a seal on a clean life. Okay? This is the first thing that people consider. Yasharal was acknowledged because they were circumcised. They did that out of obedience. That's what he had them do to comply. And there was a certain time he let them know to circumcise them. Yasharal went without circumcision for a while. And then eventually he moved again for them to be circumcised. So now you look at this is how they looked at their relationship was with him was because of the circumcision. Now he came back to let you realize a couple of things about what you were trying to seek and what you were trying to do. But it was giving you an idea of obtaining the Ruach HaKodesh because it's a seal on the clean life. Hello? Well, let's see right quick. See at the 4th chapter right quick of the book of Romans 4:1. Y'all need to be focusing. We didn't finish reading that, but y'all need to be focusing. I know y'all ain't been watching these people to see this stuff intensifying. They might make you think they're going to get a break, and he might very well give him a break so he can knock, so somebody will fall into the thinking, I knew it, he wasn't going to destroy him. That's going to be your trick and your hang up, and you're going to wind up losing in the long run. Let's see this, 4:1. Listen.
What then shall we say of Abraham, our Abinu, what he achieved according to
Well, we
the
just been
Messiah?
basically Abraham Abinu. You said Abinu, you said ours twice basically. But go ahead.
If Abraham was justified from the work.
Stop for a second. I ain't get there yet. Come on. And notice what he talked about. Now he accounted him as your Abba according to what? The flesh. So that's what we're dealing with, the flesh. Even though we deal with our connection to him, because Ruach, he's giving us a person that you can relate with. You give me somebody who's telling you the flesh or the basar. So we're talking about somebody that you can relate with, okay? Listen.
For if Abraham was Sadak from the works, he had the kabul, but not before Elohim.
You see that? He said if he was justified from the works, he had the glory, but not before Elohim. So now what we're looking at, the works that you're looking at that Abraham was justified, was Abraham justified for the keeping of the works of the law? Listen.
For what does the Kitab say?
He want to tell you what the writing said. What happened?
Abraham, Aman, and Yahuwah.
And what happened?
And it was credited to him for Sadiq.
So when I got Abraham and I called Abraham out, I justified Abraham by him doing what I told him to do, not from his works. So when you're trying to do this, a couple of things we try to do. We have to live a life that is mandated and consistent, but he knows there were failure and defaults, and that was purpose. So Elohim will allow man to realize that seed has always been here. Okay? A lot of people don't realize this whole purpose has always been the same thing. To get man, although you had the law and you had to keep it, I was trying to show the people that I'm actually going to justify them through seed. But they're going to have to believe it. See, Abraham, his amunah that we call his stability of believing in Elohim is what he justified Elohim by. Now, I know we're going to take and we're going to run to something else and we'll run there and we'll look at it. But the goal is to try to look at first, how was this thing always purposed? Although he gave them the Torah, he knew when he gave it to man, man couldn't keep it. Man didn't throw him. It was never, let's change the works of the law. It was never that to be done. The law going to still stand. Because there are people out here that keep it. We got other people that connect us. They law keepers. And that's a good for them because that's how you're going to judge them. See, some of us will be justified by our amunah. I already know you ain't going to be able to keep all the works of the law. You're not going to be able to keep all of them. It's just not going to be, it's not just going to be advantageous. It's not going to happen for you that way. And it's purpose that way. But a man can try it. There's nothing wrong with it. He can do it. There's nothing wrong with it. Do it. I wouldn't fight him. You could do it. But I can tell you, you're going to be fighting the laws, and you're going to be fighting a losing cause. People greater than you came through and tried to keep it and couldn't do it. But you can do it anyway. You can try. Now, there are people that'll be of other religions that say, see, now some of them get understanding. All that Shabbat stuff don't matter. You're sadly mistaken. I never said that. I'm just telling you how a man or woman had to be justified. That Elohim was going to save us through another avenue. Y'all got it? And I appreciate this. So an entrance was open for us. Sometimes you trapped and you can't get out and they come and bust a hole in the wall so you can get out. That's what he did for us. You wouldn't have never made it out of here with the Torah. You weren't even good Christians. You know, in no way in the world you would have been a good Torah keeper. Most of you were terrible Christians. How are you going to be a good Torah keeper? So there had to already be something set in place for us that he was going to use to justify us where a man can still be Sadiq. Hello? Y'all following me? And that's what we find out about. Now we come along. Now let's look at something. Let's look at the 26th chapter of the book of 26 and 1, I think it is, of the book of Ra Shyth. Ra Shyth, 26 and 1. They call it Genesis. Listen.
Now there was a famine in the Arats, besides the previous famine that had occurred in the Yamim of Abraham.
You can cut down just a little bit, let him break that little, here's a little warm in him. Listen.
So Yasakak went to Gerar to Abimelech, Malak of the Philistine.
That's where he went to. He went to where substance was. Listen.
Yahuwah appeared to him and said, do not go down to Mizraim. Stay in the Arats of which I shall say to you.
Mm-hmm.
Sojourn in this Arats, and I shall be with you and barak you. Mm-hmm. For you and to your Tuladath I shall give all these Arats, and I shall establish the Berith which I Shabbat to your Abba Abraham.
Mm-hmm. So now what he's going to do, let me see, come on back down for a second. So now Yasakak was just told how when the famine came in, we were being told how there was a famine that came in. This was not the first famine, but another famine that was similar to the first one. Now with this famine, he was getting ready to go somewhere. Okay? He was looking to get somewhere where he could get provision for himself. But now Elohim has appeared to him and told him not to go. And now he's giving him a reason of why he needs not to go. And it was based upon Abraham. And he let him know what I'm going to do for you right here. Now, why was he leaving?
Famine.
So no doubt he feared for his
life,
for his existence, for his continuance. So the smart thing would be to go somewhere else where I will get provision and I can keep living.
Right.
But now Elohim has appeared to him and told him not to go. Elohim did not appear to him and say, you know what? Boy, you've been abandoned everything I told you. I can't think of one thing you done did wrong. That's why I'm here. He is appearing to this man, and when he appeared, he just told him that he's going to establish the covenant that he set up with, that he told to Abraham, because it was to his seed. When he told it to Abraham, it was to his seed, so I'm fin to establish it. Can we see what the word establish means? Set up an organization system or set of rules on a firm and a permanent. That's what he was doing with Yasakar. How many of y'all knew there was the definition to establish? I knew it was to set up something. I didn't realize a lot of things been established on a permanent basis. Based off of this, we're looking at something he was making firm and on a permanent basis. He built it to last, basically. He built it where to stand. When he told it to Abraham, it was not to Abraham, it was to his seed. This is what we learned in the book of Galatians, the third. Now to Abraham
and to the seed
was
the
promises made. He said, not unto
seeds
as of many, but unto
seed,
under one, and to thy seed, which is the Mashiach. So this is where it was being established at. So we're looking at where it was being established at with the being, based upon what I told Abraham. Now we come at, let's go back to what we're reading, what we do find. Sojourn in this land, and I shall be with you and barak you, for to you and to your descendants will I give all these lands. What do you call Arasos, lands, and I shall establish the berith which I shabbat to your Abba, Abraham. Now, we're looking at this because what he's about to obtain ain't coming from his works either. Hello?
That's right.
So we're starting to realize how many things were given to us and were not of our own working.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't of our own country. He's receiving the same just like Abraham. Think about it. If I'm established with you what I gave to Abraham, I just said Abraham didn't get it from works.
Right.
He said Abraham did not get it. That's what we just learned when Shaul told us in the 4th chapter. He said that Abraham had did the work, so he had something to boast about.
Right.
He said not before Elohim. Because Elohim actually accounted the fact that he had the confidence in him. He had the belief in him that he stood on what he told him. Now, he's establishing something with this man, but he wants to allow him to know something. That I'm going to set up a permanent order basis based off of what I told him, but you need to stay put. Don't allow what you see to move you, because I'm going to establish it on a permanent basis. Now I'm going to tell you what Abraham did. Come on.
I shall multiply your descendants as the Kukabim of Shamayim.
You see that? I'm going to multiply them, just like the Kukabim of Shamayim.
And shall give your descendants all these Arats, and by your descendants all the Guim of the Arats shall be Baraka.
You see that? And by your descendants, all these land, and by your descendants, which are to all these Guim of the Alam shall be Barak. And y'all know what? Everything he told you is happening. These people need to go back. Everybody need to go back and read their books. Everything he told us he's doing. But it's based upon him standing and him actually believing it. You're trying to obtain something. These people obtain natural things based off of their belief. Things that they searched for or didn't quite get the full picture of what it was, yet they stood on it. They had stability, but he brought him back to let him know. Then, think about his confidence in what Elohim telling him. He knew Abraham. He knew Abraham, didn't he? He saw what Elohim did for Abraham, so it's not really hard to kind of confirm what he told you, is it? You're going to know what your daddy did, right? You live with him. You know what he did, too. He tell you, he obeyed my voice. He kept my charge and my statutes. When I gave him things to do, he kept them. But I told you, actually, how I gave this to him was the fact of his stability. He wouldn't move and waver. You know how wishy-washy a lot of y'all are? I'm talking when it comes to serving, wishy-washy. Wishy-washy. You this way, that way, this way, that way when it comes to your servitude to doing it. Now, you're consistent with people. You wishy-washy when it comes down to what you need to do for him. Abraham was the same. He was serving an Elohim that didn't change, neither did Abraham.
Right.
He had stability. Just
Right.
trying to help us out. I know they're going to go. Listen, let's go ahead and let's finish that. Let's go ahead. Because I know they're going to say and read it. Come on.
Because Abraham shaman to my
Because.
call.
He said because. Abraham did what?
Shaman to my call and obeyed.
And did what?
And obeyed my charge.
And what else?
My commandments.
And what else?
My statutes.
You should have told me that first. That he obeyed the statutes and commandments. No, he heard when I called him.
That's right.
What could have been a real trigger point for him to get him? When I called Adam, my own son wouldn't come when I called him. My own son wouldn't even come to me. He told you, listen, he said, I reared and brought him up. I erected him and I brought him up from the dust. And when I called him, my own son wouldn't even come to me. But when I called Abraham, he obeyed he shaman my call. He obeyed what I told him. Then I told you he kept my laws and my statutes. You don't even do the simplest things of obeying what he told you, just telling you to do something. How are we going to get to the works or the order of what you're supposed to do? When he sent the Yasharal to come get them, you remember he gave them the 10 commandments? They was in Mizraim. The order that he told Moshe in the 3rd chapter that I was going to bring them up first. It made no sense to connect them to Abraham. Abraham came out first. Why'd I give Abraham commandments and statutes while he in a place where you can't keep them?
Right.
Y'all trying to get consistent? No. Y'all trying to get comfortable. Comfortable ain't going to save me. You got to get uncomfortable, you're going to be saved. Y'all been relaxed all your time. Think about how long you been relaxed. Why you ain't got it? Attitude ain't going to help you. Blunt up ain't going to help you. Ignoring ain't going to help you. You just put yourself further out of the way. I ain't write the book. The book written for everybody. This is what we got to do if you're going to be saved. You've been doing stuff your way for how long? You ain't got nothing with it. You can get material things, but we're talking about trying to create a relationship. Abraham created a relationship. Okay? This is what you're trying to do, create a relationship. We know a relationship is important because Adam had one with him in the garden. But then it was broken. It was severed. That's what we did. That's why he looked at separating the people. I had to sever the people because the relationship had been broken. And you keep thinking you have a relationship, it should bother you. People try to fix relationship, husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, mom and daddy, sister and brothers and brothers, however they do it. But nobody worry about trying to repair this relationship with Yahuwah. People try to get it right with everybody else. Why people don't look at trying to get it right with him? Why isn't he important enough to make sure if you right with him, he said, listen, your enemy can hate you. He said, but I make him give you shalom. Now my enemy don't bother me. I got shalom. I don't pay these people no attention. You had to get energy, airtime, and mindset to people. I'm much too busy. I'm much too busy. You can't give that. You know what they'll try to do? They'll go out there and poke the bear. He said, man, and that bear should kill you. That bear should rip your arm off and beat you across your head. Because he never told you to go poke the bear, did he? Learn how to stay away from things. Only it gives you the intelligence on how you need to move. You got what I'm saying? A lot of times people will push things and then they'll try to go through it on what the word's supposed to do. It also gives you the sense of realizing how to avoid things. You know, it don't matter what I do. He said, give me peace. All you do is read what he said, no matter what you do. See, the problem that comes with people, you have to be consistent when people are not. See, your consistency come in based off of other people consistent. My consistency, your consistency had to be based off of the relationship. Because he lets you know, I am consistent. You have to be consistent. You guys will start running on what you want, and your want ain't what you need. There's a whole lot of wants you can have. What you need is different. You need to be saved.
That's right. That's right.
When Shaul told, he said, my heart desire the Elohim, and my palau to him is
they might be.
That you get everything you want.
Might be saved.
He said that you might be saved. Now, I couldn't honestly say that you guys all bear that you have a zeal. And that's dangerous. He told them, he said they had a zeal. You want to get past. Zeal is good for a start, but you need to get past an enthusiasm. And you need to get to making sure you obtain. Y'all let too much of your daily life beat you up and other stuff you're trying to do, and you get off center from what you came here to do. You came here to make sure you get saved.
That's right.
That's key. Okay, listen, people dying every day.
That's right.
Hey, listen, I told them the only difference between those people that got killed in Maine and us was that Elohim decided let not be where you was at. That easy, that quick. You and your gun went and got a town when a man got a fully charged assault rifle. Fully automatic, you're done. By the time you really going, more people are actually tired, run, jump, hollering, and you're too late. That man got to lay down over 70-some people. I mean, but at the same time, I know people don't like it. Elohim do that for a reason, let you consider. But how many of y'all really considered it? Be honest, you didn't think. How many of y'all really didn't think a whole lot about it? Because why would you? It ain't nothing for you to think about. Listen, at any time he want to, he got somebody reserved right here in Rockdale. He got somebody in Atlanta, Fulton County, North Cross. He got one in every state.
Yeah,
Watch it. Listen, he keep them.
That's right.
He keep them on pause.
That's right.
Every time you think you're safe, you're not safe.
That's right.
They look at that's a safe place. Man, majority white. They feel like it's safe. Ain't a whole lot of you people there. And they don't realize nobody ain't safe. He told you, except I watch. The watchman wake in vain. He said, except I keep the city. Man, I'm for wasting time. My confidence is in the person that's keeping us. That's Yahuwah. But I need to get every one of us on the same platform of working to make sure you obtain the Ra Dabatym. And y'all stop letting everything else be greater. Your feelings, your mindset, and everything you're doing, because you're not obtaining while you're not. So you still have to be able to follow. That's dangerous. For everybody, it's dangerous. Now y'all depend on your attitude, depend on how much you can take, what you can listen to. That's dangerous. When it comes down to hearing the word and what y'all do with the word, everything had to be set aside. That's why I told you, laying aside. Huh? Every way, every saying. Most people can't do it. It's some stuff you got to hold on to. That's dangerous. You know what happened? Y'all will wind up, now y'all what you'll do, you'll wind up keeping time, you'll be here until you just die. And then you'll go to March Pot, then you're going to go straight to Sheol. I think it's retarded. I think it's retarded if you sit in a place and you get into teaching and you get the opportunity to say, I know it don't seem like a lot because you're looking, I ain't sick, I ain't in a hospital. Far as I know, death is so far from me. Death is enemy. You think them people sitting there, they had something telling them they finna get shot. I guarantee you some of them people got shot, didn't have blood pressure or high, and didn't have cancer, didn't have diabetes. When that bullet come get you, you might have well had it. That's what he tried to show you. What you'll think will be safe and okay. He told you, when these people tell y'all peace and safety, he said certain destruction come on you. He said, just like a woman in travail.
That's right.
And you shall not escape.
That's right.
When we had that over our head, folks, you really ain't got a whole lot of time to keep playing around. You too far behind. Y'all still, listen, you still getting paid for stuff. You still doing stuff to get paid for. You ain't even stopped. How much time you really got? You know what I'm saying? When you really look at where you need to be and where you're not. Now, this thing that he's giving to us called Con, we had to come into the realization of where you haven't been and where you need to get. See, when I came into the knowledge and the understanding about how this seed work, this favor that he gives us, grace, something we definitely don't deserve. You definitely come back to look at now, your commitment becomes one of a great gratitude. Because this is definitely something I don't deserve. This is definitely something I shouldn't get. But you have to get into an understanding about it. So at the same time, it keeps me where I'm studious to make sure this is something I'm not trying to break, because I screwed up every time when I tried to keep it. When I tried to just keep it the way he tried to give it to me, it just didn't work because I didn't understand how I was going to obtain it. I felt like I would obtain it from the works. If you just keep your hands off, if you just don't do, if you just don't, but you got to come into the knowledge of how he give it to you. Hello? Let's look at something right quick. See if that's the, right quick, let's see if that's the 28th chapter, I think, in the book of Yahushua, they call Joshua. They call it Joshua. Yahushua said that the 28th chapter, I think, in 1. 24? 24 and 1. You know you got lost books out there. Listen.
Then Yahushua gathered all the Matai of Yasharal to Shechem and Kara for the Zakanim of Yasharal, and for the Rosh, and for the Shaphatim, and for their officers, and they presented themselves before the Elohim. Yahushua said to all the thus says Yahuwah, the all of Yasharal, your abode dwelt on the other side of this Nahar in the past, Terah, the Abba of Abraham, and the Abba of Nakor, and they served other mighty ones.
How many of y'all don't know who Nakor is? That'd be Lut's father. Lut, that's his father. He was Abraham's nephew. Come on.
Then I took your Abba, Abraham, from beyond the Nahar, and led him through all the
You took Nakor where?
Then I took your Abba, Abraham.
And what you gave him? Law, statute, and commandment?
From beyond the Nahar, and led him through all the Aras of Canaan, and multiplied his descendants, and gave him Yasakot.
Come on.
To Yasakot I gave Jacob in Asu, and to Asu I gave Mount Seir to possess it. But Jacob and his Bani went down to Mizraim. Then I sent Moshe and Aharon, and I plagued Mizraim as I did in its midst, and afterward I brought you out.
Mm-hmm.
And I brought your abode out of Mizraim, and you came to the Yam. And Mizraim pursued after your abode with chariots and with horsemen to the Red Yam. But when they sayak out to Yahuwah, he put Kashak between you and the Mizraites, and brought the Yam upon them and covered them. And your own saw what I did in Mizraim, and you Kai in Bamadbar for many Yamin.
Let me say that. I guess in going back and looking at this, you can see how he took a person out from a situation in order to establish. So he took a person out. They asked one time, who can take a clean thing out of an unclean thing? No, not one. That's what he did. It was only reason taking them is separating them. He told they was on the other side. He separated. We look at us being a bar, separate. We're on the other side. Maybe he brought up, because they need to know the whole path of their journey. These people weren't just jumped up somewhere and come. He needed them to go back to how a lot of this stuff originated, how we got to this point. When I'm bringing them through and they see it, because they're kind of traveling through similar to Abraham. So a lot of times what you do, a lot of y'all, you faint in your journey because you don't have any correlation to why you're doing what you're doing. See, he called them up out of Mizraim too. In the book of Matthew in the 2nd chapter, he said when Yasharal was a child, he said, then I heard him. He said, I called my son out of Mizraim. That's the same thing he did to Abraham. See, in order for me to see this relationship, I have to see what a correlation is. Because you got to look, you just came and grabbed us and we just all this going. What do you mean? So then I need to go back over this and let you know kind of how your story fits another gentleman. It's similar. The same way you had to go through and you had to suffer. Why you had to suffer for Sadiq's sake? Because you're mimicking somebody. Remember how Yahushua wound up cussing them out, how he was fighting them? Oh, wow. And that's why you need to fight people too. And you need to cuss them out every time you get a chance. Because you will have absolutely nothing in common. That's the whole purpose, having something in common. So these people, he was showing them how they had something in common with Abraham. Before they knew Abraham, when they was in Mizraim, he gave the name. The book is Alah Ha Dabatym, and these were the names. The names were his name, the name of Yahuwah, and the name of Abraham, Yasakot, Yaakov. But you need to have something similar, more attaching you. How I brought you out. Hello? Even Luke was in captivity. And you heard what he told you he did when we was in Mizraim? What did he say we did? And what did he do?
Put a shot.
And now you kind of know what happened to Luke too, don't you? When they took him, he had to cry out. And Elohim he told you. Why did he bring up Nahor? You didn't need to know nothing about him. You didn't know about Abraham. Because that was Luke's father. I heard him when he cried out too. I let the man know, even you learn from him, about finding favor, finding God. When he procrastinated and hesitated, he said, listen, they laid hands on him and pulled him out. That's what you're trying to learn. You learn how he worked with us for his grace, and they call grace concede, and you learn how he worked with us with favor when it came down to Luke. Luke should have burned up with the rest of them. He told him to get out. Why was it? But he said he lingered. You've been told not to be slothful in business.
That's right.
But Luke lingered. That's because he's trying to show you favor.
Right, right.
So when you go back and you read, you can start to see the correlation. The problem why a lot of you guys not trying to obtain it, because you don't see the correlation. Your correlation is more with Satan. Y'all know who y'all. Behavior.
Mm.
See, when he want a bold in their mind,
Right.
he said he can't do it because it ain't in him.
Right.
It's impossible for him to do it. It's got to be in him first.
That's right. That's right.
You can't do something that ain't in you. How you going to do something you don't know? Unless you're just going to willingly just do it. So all these things become dangerous because you're playing with your nefarious. Now in your mind, it'll make sense that, no, I'm not. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm feeling. I know what I'm doing. Of course you do, because it's contrary. Things contrary always look like they're right. That's why people do them. That's why he tried to explain to us how contrary works. If we knew how contrary worked, he would never have to tell us about distance. He said, well, look at the ShamuAL. Where you at? He said, that's how much me and you got in common. Yeah. Because in their mind, they felt like they were kind of like right here. Whole time he said, you way off. A lot of times people don't realize how stuff is messed up. Even with football on play, slight turn of the foot can make a difference on the play. So they don't know they do it. Slight little stuff people miss. Slight stuff on the line, how you lean. Little stuff get people out. You know what? Whole play lost. Am I making this up? Slight, it don't have to be no big stuff. It's little stuff you do that'll get you off. And you know why he let you see that? That the same thing happened to come to the word. Because everybody looking for the big stuff, the adultery, the getting drunk, the fornicating, the homosexuality. Man, there's a whole lot more sin than that.
Right.
Those basic.
Right.
That's what people good at, because I ain't doing that, I'm good. So everything else, what else is it? When you start to deal with self, inner self, and what self needs to be, because you're trying to obtain the Ra Shyth. So a lot of us had to get out the way. You still got you in the way. That's a blocker. And the goal is to get it out and look at, when you start trying to obtain Ra Shyth, first of all, let's go look at what settled or what confirmation did these people get. Okay, let's look at what did he give them? How did these people operate? What was it that he saw about them that made the difference? That he said, I grant this to you. Because think about it. Everybody ain't going to get this grace. Everybody ain't got it. Everybody ain't going to get it. Everybody not going to get con. Everybody ain't got it. But he's granted the some. So what did he see about those people that he gave it to, and why you don't have it? You don't resemble them. That's what it is. You don't resemble them. Let's see. Let's say that the 24, 25, 26, 28. See, let me see 28 and 1. Ra Shyth. Just go down. This is important to us because we hadn't been considering Ra Shyth. Let's say 20 and 1. Listen.
So Yasakak called to Jacob and Barakah him and charged him and said to him, you shall not take an Ashah from the Banuth of Canaan. Cum, go to Padan Aram, to the Beth of Bethuel, your aims Abba, and from there take to yourself an Ashah from the Banuth of Laban, your
27 and 1. Come on.
Now it came about when Yasakak was old and his were dim to see that he called his older Ben Asu and said to him, my Ben. And he said to him, here I am. Yasakak said, behold now.
When he called him, what did he call him? What did he call Yasakak who?
He said to him, my Ben.
Hold on, stop. Who did he call in the gun?
His Ben.
Who did he call in the gun? What was his relationship?
Ben.
Why he didn't call you? Y'all see the correlation? Who is he calling? Listen. I know it's not important to y'all right now. Don't worry about it. It's more pressing, more urgent things. Listen.
Yasakak said, Behold, now I am old, and I do not know the Yom of my moot. Now then, please take your weapons, your quiver, and your bow, and go out to the field and hunt game for me, and prepare a savory dish for me as such, and bring it to me.
Savory. Something tasteful. Something that he delights in. That's what he want him to do. Y'all see what he ordered him to do? I know you're looking at the food, but let's look at what behavior he's calling for. He wants something savory. Something he could stomach. You know, you have people sometimes, they can just make you sick from them. He said, I need you to do something for me that doesn't make me upchuck, doesn't make me sick. Something that I favor, something that I harm. Listen.
And bring it to me that I may eat, so that my Nephash may barak you before I moved.
Mm-hmm.
Rebekah was Shammah, Yasakak's speech to his being Asu. So when Asu went to the field to hunt for game to bring home, Rebekah spoke to her being Jacob, saying, Behold, I Shammah your Abba talk to your Ak Asu, saying, Bring me some game and prepare a savory dish for me, that I may eat, and barak you in the presence of Yahuwah before my mood.
Did she say the exact identical thing that he said? Somebody said no, maybe. I mean, he told the man to go and prepare the savory meat that he loved and bring it back so he can eat it. What did she tell him? She told him the same thing. Why would she tell him something different? The goal was to obtain the baraka. The man has already spoke on what he's going to barak. Why would she tell him something different? She told him the very same thing that the Abba had said. Bring me what I have. Bring it back to me, and I'm going to barak you. Why was she telling something different? Pay attention to people mimicking. Pay attention to following patterns. You guys don't follow patterns. The patterns y'all follow are the wrong patterns. The pattern she told him is she heard him clearly say to go and fetch me game, and you make it where it's edible. I don't want you, this is what you guys do. You bring stuff that's unacceptable. He just said, go get me something to eat. Pop back with a pig or sandwich. What is this? I mean, you said get you something to eat. No, I said I told you to bring back what I eat, what I like, what I love, what I have a taste for. That's what I asked you to do, because I'm going to give you something. I'm going to barak you behind the word. See, if you don't know what you're working for, you ain't really got a whole lot of effort in it. Like I watched some of y'all, you really don't know what you're working for. You really don't know what you're working for. Y'all really killing time. A lot of y'all really killing time. Y'all done showed your hand. I see your hand and see you ain't got no spade. You think I'm worried about what you're putting down? You ain't got no spades. You're wasting time. The man had clearly told this man what to do. His mother came back and told him the same exact thing to his brother. If this baraka can be given, I've already heard how you can obtain it.
Right.
Though he spoke to one, she's told someone else how to obtain it.
Right.
What you're getting is a cheat sheet when you read this book. Mm. And you know what you do? Something dumb and stupid he never asked for. And then you want to know, I ain't going to never be saved. I don't know what's going on with me. I be trying, though. I be going. When he told you just be trying and just be going? And you wonder why you ain't got it. Because the orders that you're following, he never gave them to nobody else. So it will be impossible to obtain it because you're not mimicking anything. You're not following anything. Let's see. See right quick. Sit at the 7th chapter of the book of Alah Ha Dabatym. Because y'all need to know this. Deuteronomy, they call it. Seven and 1. Listen.
When Yahuwah your all brings you into the Araz, where you are entering to possess it, and clears away many Goyim from before your Panim, the Kittites and the Girgashites and the Amorites and the Canaanites and the Perizzites and the Chuites and the Jebusites, 7 Goyim greater and stronger than you. And when Yahuwah your all delivers them before your Panim, and you defeat them, then you shall utterly destroy them. You shall make no berith with them, nor show favor to them.
Hold what you got. Hold what you got. 13th chapter, same book. Jump down probably about verse 11. I'm sorry, go to Ra Shyth. 14, 7. I said 13, 7. Mm-hmm. 14. Let me see 14. Ooh. All right, let me see. Come on.
Then
Go on down, jump down, probably about 9. Listen.
Against Kendor Lamir Malak of Alam, and the Dal Malak of Goim, and Amraphel Malak of Shinar, and Auryah Malak of Alazar, 4 Malakim against 5.
Mm-hmm.
Now the valley of Siddim was full of tar pits, and the Malakim of Sodom and Amorah fled, and they fled there. But those who survived fled to the hill country.
Mm-hmm.
Then they took all the goods of Sodom and Amorah and all their food and departed. They took Lut, Abraham's Ak, Ben, and his possessions and departed, for he was living in Sodom.
Mm-hmm.
Then a fugitive came and told to Abraham the Abarym. Now he was living by the oaks of Mamre, the Amorite, Ak of Eshcol, and Ak of Aner, and they had a berith with Abraham.
They had a berith with Abraham. Okay.
When Abraham shama that his Ak had been taken captive, he fled out with his trained Anashim, born in his Beth, 318, and pursued as far as Dan. He divided against them by Layla, he and his Abadim, and defeated them, and pursued them as far as Chabah, which is on the left of Damascus. He brought back all the goods, and also brought back his Ak, Lut, with his possessions, and also the Nashim and the Then, after his return from the defeat of Kedor Lameir and the Malakim who were with him, the Malak of Sodom went out to meet him at the valley of Shaul, that is, the plain of the Malakim.
What we were looking at here, we'll go back over at the book of Alah Ha Dabatym, they call Deuteronomy, the 7th chapter. What verse will I about? Verse 2? Verse 3? We'll read 2 again. Oh, that was 1. Verse 1?
We read 2.
All right, read 2.
Yes, sir.
All right.
And when Yahuwah your all delivers them before your Panim.
Go at 1.
Yes, sir. When Yahuwah your all brings you into the Araz, where you are entering to possess it, and clears away many Goyim from before your Panim, the Kittites and the Girgashites, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Chuites, and the Jebusites, 7 Goyim greater and stronger than you. And when Yahuwah your all delivers them before your Panim, and you defeat them, then you shall utterly destroy them. You shall make no berith with them, nor show favor to them.
So now we starting to move into a different behavior based on how Abraham operated. When Abraham went and destroyed, we don't find where Abraham showed no favor to these people. Abraham went to take them down for the very same reason it was. They were enemies of Elohim, they were enemies to him. For us, it's always some good ones in there. That's just kind of how we operate and we do. Some of the pattern, I'm just trying to follow some of the pattern behavior. When he delivered these people over, don't go make no berith with them. Because what you'll find, even when he came back and he brought back all the people of Sodom and Gomorrah, he wasn't taking nothing from them either.
Right.
I don't want nothing from you. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. He's telling these people, I don't want you to make no agreement with these people. Leave these people on. Again, it's small, but you have to start paying. If y'all trying to get the Ra Hadabatym, start paying attention to patterns. Okay? You missed them. I can tell from your behavior, you miss patterns. You don't pay attention to patterns. You pay attention to your feelings. Your feelings are not patterns, other than the contrary behaviors, okay? You got to start paying attention to what you find that these people correlate with. Why are these people getting the Bered? Because everything is stemming from what he told Abraham to this son. So basically, this son is that middle wall for them. Because Abraham was not the promise. He told him about the promise, but it was concerning his being. He never told Abraham he was going to establish it with his seed. That was the people that was coming out from him. Abraham was told about the promise, but the promise was going to be to his seed. If you pay attention to pattern to his seed had similar trials that he had. They had to come out from some places that were less conducive to what they needed. They had to fight their way through some things. They had to learn you can't make agreements with everybody. You can't like everybody, do stuff with everybody. Some of you just got to cut them off. Right. Abraham understood this pattern. And he became the Abba because he demonstrated it first for us. Now because we follow it, we become the Benin, the children. Typically the son mimics the father. Today, father works something, kid works something totally different. Their sentiment totally different. Before, it was a family craft. The whole family would be trucks. The whole family would be farmers. It wouldn't be they farmers and us a doctor and us a computer engineer. Everybody farming. That's what we do. This is what the Abba set up for us. We farmers. This is what we keep. I know everybody said, no, I'm not telling you everybody got to do the same thing now because it's a lot more deeper than what you're trying to enhance your mind into. But it kept them in a certain order. Y'all got what I'm saying? Like the Rockabites, they followed the pattern of their fathers. He told them, don't build you no houses. Don't drink you no wine. Don't do it. He came, he said it in front. He said, go set it in front of them. And he said, they said, since our Abba, he taught us not to do it. We don't drink wine. He said, we were told not to build houses. We were told not, and he let them know, this is why I'm pissed with Yasharal. Because these people have kept the patterns of their Abba. But Yasharal have broke them. When you come through and you start fighting people like Abraham, Abraham was given circumcision. It was almost an equivalent to obtain the Ra Hadabatym. It was a seal. After he had completed, after he had done, he did not circumcise him while he was in his Abba's house. He circumcised after he had come out. After Abraham had proved himself, he gave him circumcision. Abraham circumcised everybody that was in his bed, which means this order is for everybody. Everybody in his house had to be circumcised. He said, if you're mine, you're going to be circumcised. And these were patterns that he gave these people. I'm trying to get us back to getting patterns so you can obtain. You trying to get something. That stuff ain't going to save you what you're doing. How far you going to go with it? You know there's danger when you can block the word. When you can hit and go contrary to it, that's very scary to me. Right. It's very scary. Y'all do a lot of stuff to me. Y'all are very amazing people. Because I can't have a behavior that allows me to override the word.
That's right.
Because I would be inconsistent with some people I'm trying to be consistent with. Oh, I'm sorry, or inexistent with.
Right.
See, this is why you have to come back and start looking at order. Y'all got what I'm saying? You have to come back and start. He doesn't know you. Then y'all just hear, we just read about Yasakar. When your code came, he was blind. So how am I know you? I can't see you. Give me a wild guess. I can listen for the sound. I know what if I can feel, I can use the touch. I know the smell. That's what I'm having to use, not by. And you were told you don't walk by sight. You were told you walk by amanah. So now you can't look at just your eye. We got to start using the other premises. What did he use to identify that man in order to get him to Bered that was supposed to go to Asu? Because he followed a pattern. What pattern are you following to obtain the Ra Hadabatym to be recognized? Come on, Grandville, don't stand up. It's early. You'll be all right. Go ahead, stand. It's been a while. You held on there for a good while. Really, with me held on. But listen, I got to get y'all woke up. Y'all start paying attention. A couple of y'all here, pay attention. Pay attention, focus. Because you don't have it. I'm trying to get you the way you can get in possession of it. You have to follow a pattern, okay? There's a pattern. You know, you was a receiver, right?
Yes, sir.
You remember when you used to get the defense end them to try to train you?
No, sir.
Why not?
They don't, different position.
Huh?
Different position.
The quarterback could train you, though, couldn't he? Why not? He throw the ball.
Different position.
Who training y'all? Who training you? See what I'm saying? Y'all got to start looking at what you following, what you doing. Y'all got to look at it's an order. This your salvation. Y'all can't, man. This man smart enough not let a defensive end come and teach you how to be a running back, be a receiver. Why wouldn't you do that? Well, he could know something about it, though. Not enough that you're going to let him train you.
No.
A receiver who's done it.
Right.
A veteran who's been good at it can train.
Right.
That's all we're doing. Let's look at people who were good at it. Abraham was good at it. Why wouldn't I follow him? Why wouldn't I follow somebody who was good at it? My name in the book, your name in the book. Who you going to follow? The man wrote about everybody come back to Abraham. This man transitioned from 2 dispensations over him. He come over from Torah and come over Undercon. They go to Mushah. They only tell you about Mushah. I told you about him. They told the people sitting in his seat. They ain't told nobody try to sit in Abraham's seat, did they? No, that's a Beryl. That's a promise. He said, I gave him the law, but I was going to plan to say you by promise. Well, I mean, it was good. So you had to be able to kind of catch the disguise. Kind of like Yasakar, you got to watch it. It's disguise. It ain't for everybody to catch it. Okay? So let's see what happens. After you defeat them, then you shall utterly destroy them. You shall make no berith with them, nor show
favor to them.
How would you know favor? How would you know favor? How you know favor? If you my enemy, I'm trying to kill you, what would be favor?
Not killing.
Let you live. That's a good one. How would you know that? Because what? Because he was an enemy come to kill you. How about the fact when you were his enemy, he didn't kill you? That's how I know it. He said, don't do that for nobody else. Because if it's done for everybody, let's be honest. If we spared everybody, is it really favor?
No.
See, Carrie begging me, don't kill him. Don't kill him. Can't do it. True. Daniel begged me, don't kill him. I said, I let him live. That's how you know con. If I let both of them live, they said, well, he'll say, nigga, you ain't getting nothing different than what I got. I got the same. You got it. Everybody else got it. It's nothing different. That's the difference. The fact that he told you don't do it. And they knew this is something he gave me. But he's telling me not to give it to somebody else because he designated that. This is something everybody got to get. No one here has your position on your own, include me. You got it because somebody favored you. You've been operating in stupidity. It's favor. Even when people come, man, I got one. That's same stuff. I don't even respond. Because you know what I look at? Don't give them time to it. I look at what the man gave me. What he gave me is too precious, waste a whole lot of time with other folk foolishness. I did so much foolishness. I wasted so much time just over the course of my life, and it finally come to a light of saying, do you know where you were? Do you know now what I given you, is it worth throwing that away? What's the value on what you have? This is what y'all got to do. You have no value on anything except your feelings and something you're trying to quick do. You ain't looking at, I'm looking at longevity. I need to dwell with this man forever and ever and ever and ever. That means a lot to me. He said, okay, what you willing to put aside? What you willing to put aside for it? What you willing to let go of? What you'll hold on to and don't get it? Absolutely nothing. Can't afford to. I'm only here for my song. They got something. I only can't hear for one thing, my hoosha. Like, how many y'all like that? I only hear one, my hoosha. How to go? My hoosha. How many y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? My hoosha. I only hear to say him. Now, let's be honest now. How many y'all wind up doing more than just get him for your hoosha? See, but you sung it. See, we all give. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Guess what we got now? Now, guess what we did? Now now we've been violated we committed a violation. That means we kazaled. We straight lied to him. Because we wound up doing something else. You said, only reason I'm here for one thing, for my hoosha. And he tried to get us to see the value in your speech. I'm trying to tell. They were trying to tell Carl. They said, man, your speech betrayed you. Yeah. He tried to talk it off to make it seem like he won. They said, man, but your speech gave you away. Now, that was a carnal man picked that up. You think that man ain't picked us up? Because every conversation got a behavior. Yeah. Somebody said, that's why I don't say much, but you act it out.
Right.
You can act out more than what you can say. See, but we need to know that because it's deeply embedded and rooted in us, who we are, who we've been. And though you'll try to fight it and leave it, every night he need to show you, it's there. Now what you do? This is what I want you to do to it. And when you defeat, change them, it. When you defeat it, then you shall utterly
destroy it.
It. You shall make no with it, nor show to that stuff you got going on.
Yeah.
See, first of all, he let you do it with people. Now kill out that foolishness you got.
Yeah.
Favor by keeping some of it.
Right.
Holding on to it.
Right.
See that? It said he's the killer. See, I can kill a man. Don't bother me. I understand that plainly. Kill out that foolishness you got.
That's right. That's right.
3-1, Colossians. It don't take that long. See that? See, a kid. He gave us an order right now. That's awesome. He told the other slave candidate right now. How long it take you? Did you knew that he told you? How long would it take you? Who else? Dwayne, how long would it take? He said, utterly destroy Alicia. Would you have to think about it? You hearing it from him direct. How long would it take you? It'll take you a little while. You say you'll be hesitant? Yeah. Utterly destroy. Don't show no kind to them. Keisha, he tell you to do it to care. You hear him saying that. How long it take? Now he said, now we're gonna tell the people. I'm just using this all up. He tell you to kill out that foolishness you're doing.
Right.
How long that gonna take? Why you say that? Can't be. We finna slay him. He gonna kill you. She gonna kill Carrie. This is instantaneous. Y'all heard that? How long it take? This quick. Why does it take so long to kill out the foolishness you're doing?
That's right.
He just wanted to show him where they was at. See, when you go back through the tour, that's why you can't get rid of it. He's showing, you quick to do that. He said, you quick to do that. Kill that foolishness out. Let's see what they talk. Let me give you some more order. See, it ain't hard to show where we at. That's all. It ain't hard to show where we at.
That's right.
Something like that, it ain't hard. I heard him. He clearly told me, go and slay Lee. I'm like, what? Man, I'm finna obey the Lord. He said, kill out that foolishness you're doing. Lordeth? Could have thou expounded thou understood me?
Yeah.
Thou serveth?
Yeah.
I besought the Lord 3 times that he might remove. See, now we play this. Now I'm beseeching.
Right.
Now I'm looking. But when something we know, this ain't no problem. We can do that. It ain't a problem. You know the bigger part, killing ourselves.
It's true. It's true.
It ain't hard to tell somebody what's wrong with them.
It's true.
I mean, you got a boogie in your nose. Somebody tell you got a boogie. Come on for a minute. You couldn't pull me to the side and tell me that. Why you say some stuff right in front of these people? But I hollered out to somebody else though. Yeah. That's how we are. I don't no crowd. We need to be small. Everybody got to know about it. And he said, no, we need to do it. Just like Yahushua. That's why he put him down, because everybody need to know about it. Right. You know why them people come, the one who couldn't look at him? Because it was their shame. You know they looking at. I ain't finna say look at no naked man. I ain't gay. He said, no, you don't want to look at it because it's your shame. That's your shame. That's what you're looking at. That man been stripped because of your shame. And you look at it and you realize, and you know, the man, Pelotas already told you, the man ain't done nothing.
That's right.
So you already know this wrong.
Yeah.
That's one part, guy. You know this wrong.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Therefore,
if you have been cum with the Mashiach, seek those things which are above, where the Mashiach is seated there at the right hand of the Elohim.
Why you gonna tell your right hand? That's what he told you. He said he worked on the right hand. Isn't that right?
That's right.
Plus, we know when he begot him, he was in his old age. Think about it, by the time he appeared, we saw it down here in the flesh. Do y'all know how long the law had been existing?
That's right. That's right.
These people had timeline based off of that man coming in. So he begot him in his old age.
That's right.
That's why he favored him. See, you had to, listen, when you go back and read, stop thinking these are stories. These are life events. These are occurrences that happen. This is the problem with us and other people with religion. You don't lay it to your Lord. You really don't believe it. Like, you think this is just a story in a book. This is relationship. These are orders we follow. That we understand when Yahushua came on the scene, we saw him. He could not, how was he going to be, we were going to know him as Ben Yamin when he was born. We knew about him in existence, a height he came in existence. We had to find out from reading. We know when we saw you. When you got him, he been existing.
That's right.
He said, well, then you understand I'm Ben Yamin.
That's right.
He begot me in his old age. Now, he existed right. We talking about the body that he took on and he came down here with us. He got that. He begot him in his old age. Hello? He had already been. So when think about it, when Yaakov, who they call Jacob, when he begot Benjamin, he already had 11 other sons. So Yahushua, when we found Yahushua on scene, Yahuwah already had other sons.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Okay, don't worry about it. Then the man came back and told him he possessed you in the beginning of the day. Go figure. Only he could do it. That's why you got to understand the natural and ruach. Come on.
Think of the things which are above your lob, not of what.
This right here, the problem right here. I'm hurt. As far as I can go. That be transgression.
That's right.
What he told me to think on?
Things from above a lob.
Over what I want. Get what we crash at. Why he told me to think over it? This will make a fool out you.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get hung up in your feeling, and your feeling made a fool out of you. This called sin. This called Qatar. He just told me to think above my heart. Listen well.
Not of what are on the arats.
See that? What you worried about? All carnal. He said, think above your heart.
Yes, sir.
Think of where he is. Think of how he got there. He translated. You hadn't translated. You've transgressed. These are, listen, folks, these direct offenses. Hello? A foul at Yahuwah is a foul at me. Huh? Y'all hear me, you lazy jigaboo? Y'all start looking. He just told you to think above your heart. And what we get hung up at? That's my heart. You hear people tell about people say, that's my heart now. He said, I know it. That's why I told you to think above it. Get over your heart. This is what hang you up. This will take you out right here. Let me tell you when that word comes. He told her that the bar Elohim was quick and powerful. It make alive. It quick, he says, powerful. It's sharpened. It cut between the joint and the marrow. And it's a discerner of the thought and the intent of the law. Why he told us to think above it? Because I know what you're intending. I know what you're intending. He said you need to think above it. But he gave you a premise. He said where the Mashiach sat. In order to get out of this place, you have to set your mind different. You know how some people get through prison? By thinking outside of incarceration. A lot of people tell you, it'll run you crazy. That's why a lot of people go crazy now. They don't learn how to think outside. Even in war, people lose it. How many people you seen lose it? Ain't together when they get back. Because they can't think past it. And they wind up getting caught in it. And before you know it, that's where they trap and they locked. They come home, they never, hey, we done seen it. Y'all seen a lot of it, ain't it? You know anybody you seen that lost it over there? You seen them that lose it? That's it. What sometimes you got to put your mind on trying to get back home, don't you? How you had to do? What your mind had to be on war? You got to stay on war. No, you got to get your mind. I got to get home. Whatever I got to do to get home. Don't you know that's? Don't y'all know what? That's how you got to think now. What you got to do to get back to him? Think above your heart. Get out of yourself. This is your hang up. See, the word come to find every one of us and show you this is where you caught at.
That's right.
Right here, you can be good. You can do good. You stop at all the stop signs, red light, you'll wait. Even the one, after a couple of minutes, you can pull off and leave. So that thing that y'all been sitting officer for 4 minutes, didn't even change. I've been sitting here. They might be able to get back. I said, well, that's justified. It held you long as something's wrong with it. It's in off. So I let that go. And you do everything to follow him. This way you follow up at right here, show you your heart is your problem. A lot of us have been trying to figure out where I would hang up at, what's keeping me from. I don't know why I ain't saved. I've been here all this time. Then he come along and show you. I'm going to show you why you're not saved. You can't think above your heart. You know when correction good for you? When you feel like you need it. When you feel like you need correction. Tell me. Just tell me, answer. When you feel like it. Come and stop in front of me. Let's see. I'll just be honest. When you feel like you need it? Do you need it every day? Every 10 minutes? How you mean? How you need it? On the hour?
You know what? Probably.
Say probably. All right, that's good. Let me borrow your camera. I want you to tell me when you feel like you need correction. And you had to show what you want. Like, come on, go. Every day, once a week, monthly, on the hour, on the minute, every 30.
It depends on what I'm.
Depending on what you're doing.
Because to say you needed to be a son, but
Yeah.
as a human, don't nobody want it.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, I mean, period. But
Yeah.
if you're comfortable or when it's conducive for us.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good one. You know, but what he said is exactly right. That's why he don't let her pick it. You heard what he said? He telling the truth. It depends. When you need it. I'm human. I might not need it. I might be good if I just chill for a minute. That's why he had to give it to her, because he know what he needed. But that comes with, guess what, though? I have to have confidence in him. I have to believe in him in order to receive it and be able to accept it. Shaul said he learned in whatever state.
Be content.
If he learned it, what did he know before that class? It ain't make sense. That's stupid. Why would I be hungry? And he can provide. That makes absolutely no sense. That's dumb. Why would I be abased? I need to be exalted. He said we're going to be in the top. But he said I learned how to be exalted. He said I learned how to be abased. He said I learned how to be hungry and how to be full. He said I learned in whatever state to be content. That means I accept the will of. Everybody can't do that. And the only way to find it out, you have to be tested, so you'll know. You can tell yourself, I believe I can. You say you believe, you don't actually believe that. You're just saying it because now you don't want to lie. That's the truth. This is what people need, real conversation.
That's right.
So this is what's going to help. If you're going to get the Ra Shyth, first thing you do is be real with yourself.
Yeah.
Okay? Don't lie to yourself. I stop that stuff. I don't get involved in that stuff. You need to be practical. I had to learn to adjust, to learn how to look. You can't question him on everything and say you believe him. This is your problem. Y'all got to hang up problem with yourself. I don't know why my situation, it don't make sense, and everybody else's situation, I don't ever go to him with that. That's foolishness. That's foolishness. That's just like going my dad, he tell me no. I said, well, everybody else going. Where they going? Who dad? Where they going? You tell dad, you more back and tell me everybody else going. Huh? That's it. Because the first thing is a direct answer, I don't give a flying flip what nobody else do. You my child. So why he don't get that? Why he don't get that? I don't care what nobody do. He look at you, my child. I'm looking at for your betterment. You trying to this is what people don't realize. You trying to be saved. Being saved ain't comfortable. Being saved ain't in your time. This is what. Don't be pushing me. I had to go at my own speed. Where y'all get that from? Where y'all get this? But come on, let's be honest. You don't say it, but that's how you serve. Because you start basing off other people. This is what people got to remember. You got to start looking at how consistent is what you're doing to people that obtained it. Start marking people that obtained it, okay? And look at, okay, what exactly did these people do? Even the book told you that the Malachi decided to look in and it came down this thing. Because they try to, what happened? How did these people get this? According to what? You sit here, you just like, I just keep coming till you get it to me. I don't know where you got that from. That's not a directive. Directive, he gave you people to follow. Didn't it? So I always said follow. Really say in my footsteps, because follow me. You know you can follow someone. Like when we went down to Murder Beach, y'all were following then, wasn't it? Other lane on the other side, I just watched that mirror. I said, buddy, the more hard-headed. But it's simple stuff. But it gave me a chance to see how hard-headed y'all was, too. Oh, I was irritated with y'all. I was on the phone the whole time. I was telling, I see folks, they'll tell you, we was on the whole time. I had somebody at the very back, I'm at the front, got folks in the middle, I'm on the phone. They said, one of them just broke out the lane. I said, just hard-headed. The hardest thing for them to do is to follow. You got a long line of people. It's going to take a time. I try to keep it. See, I'm a professional driver. A lot of y'all are steering wheel holders. That's about, just be honest. You really should be on the street. They don't really like, because you don't know what lane you're supposed to be in. You're doing 60 in a 70 and you're behind that wall. I'm in favor of putting one fist in everybody's grill. You only get 3. And you get to bust your car and slam it again. I don't want you to die. I want to wrap you up, but I want your car in itty bitty pieces. And you're on the sideline and you sat there and you had to call an Uber. And they make you jump that gate because they looking at, I'm not finna get my car punched trying to get you because you tore up your car. Everybody, you need to get one. Catch someone because you need to be in the slow lane. Y'all didn't know what a passing lane is. people just be all the way, and then go around traffic. You're like, you retard. Why would you? People, it's like people just got straight with you. I went to driving school for truck. I went to driving school for driving a car. I watch people do stuff. I say, these people had no training whatsoever. You think, when you get, the people teach you some good basic, how to use your mirrors. How to use your mirrors. Watch your mirror. Because something can happen. I need to jump out the lane. Don't jump and look then and you're going to kill somebody. And now you come along, you got to learn the same thing now. How you can get around and you learn to avoid a lot of things. That's what the book is about, avoiding. You're going to follow people. It's a lot more people we read about in here that have your behavior. These are the people you don't want to follow. Your goal is to pick the people that got the right behavior that he acknowledged, because he's not acknowledging you. It's time. Let me see that right quick. Abarym 13 and 7. Let me show y'all something. Abarym, they call Hebrew. (13 and 7). Listen to what he told you. Listen. Hold on, they can't hear you. Did you turn the mic off? They need to hear it.
Zakar, the ones leading you,
Uh-oh.
who have spoke to the bar of the Elohim to you. Consider the result of their conduct. Imitate their amunah.
How many of y'all got an F on this? F. Zakar, them marked to remember the ones leading you, who has spoken the bar of Elohim to you. Consider the results of their conduct. Imitate their amunah. Now you have an F, and this is a passing grade. This is not going to be a matter of, well, maybe and it don't work. It don't work for disobedience. Y'all got what I'm saying? Once you understand what you receive, this is something you want to, because now you're going back to look at, for me, what happened for me was going back to look at where was the fault, the reason I couldn't keep it. Because the goal was to do whatever the word said. That's how you obtain the Ra Shyth. But then I need to go back to understand I actually purposed to save you this way. See, everybody not supposed to get this. This is what y'all don't realize. Everybody not supposed to get this. It's not, they weren't supposed to keep it. When you see these folk, they keep it 613. Don't you bother them people. Them people doing a great work. And you leave them. I am following the pattern he gave to Abraham. I'm going to keep the ritual right, the statute he given me, that he told me, but I understand how I'm going to obtain my salvation. And it's going to be because of a promise. He said you couldn't do it. When the man told me I couldn't do it by work, it don't make sense to try to avoid how he's going to give it to me. It's not possible. He said you couldn't do it. Well, I'm going to do it anyhow. That will make you a retard.
Yeah.
And I will lack something. Because he's clearly told me how I'm going to obtain it. Here's another reason why you're not going to obtain it. Because you didn't remember. You forgot. 1, 2, 3, you forgot. And he told you to consider, imitate. Why would he tell you to imitate it? Why? What could possibly be the reason that he would tell you to imitate something that the leader giving you? What you said, Daniel? I missed it. What was it? Pattern. Wow. Go figure that. What in the world are we doing with these patterns? Patterns. This is what folks are missing. Patterns. 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 You know how Yahushua learned not to lose any? He said, I kept them in your shem. They were yours. I kept them in your, and I lost none. When Daoud, you know why he lived on them sheep? Because I knew who they was. And I kept them like they were yours. That's why he was able to come back and tell them. When something came and took him, he said, I went right back and I took it and I brought it back. I said, no, you're not. That belonged to my Abba. And nobody else getting it. Because it belonged to him. And that's how I served and that's how I kept it. And that became a pattern for every Ra. When he told you, who don't leave the 99 to go get the one? Because Daoud said, when he said, when a bear and a lion came, he said, I went right and I took it from him and I brought it back. Hello? They established patterns. Patterns. I don't know. You know, you'll hear people come out and say, I want to sing like Whitney Houston. What you say when you hear somebody say like that? I want to be great like Whitney Houston. What's the first? What you think? Why you shook your head? I want to answer. Why you shook your head? No. Why? Extreme. That's right. You looking saying you shooting for something real high, and you thinking in your mind what kind of patterns you gonna have to hit, what kind of notes, how consistent you got to be. That's why you saying no. You know what he's saying? Well, people saying they want to get the Ra Ha Dabatym. That's extremely high and talented. That's a tight pattern you're gonna be following. It's doable, but are you willing to get above your heart? These are key to hold us back. Don't go put it on Satan, because then he said, stop Satan. Hold back Satan. How much right do you have in the Old Testament about Satan? Why don't folk then tell them that Satan had them in Mizraim? Like we saying, wasn't nothing but the devil. You don't find people saying that. Wasn't nothing but the devil. People identify people, their behavior. People knew their behavior was the one. When Yahushua came, he told them, I tell you like, he said, you like Satan. That's who your father is. He said, because I'm seeing your patterns. He wouldn't stay in the truth. He wouldn't obey nothing. He said, that's who you are. He was grading you based off of patterns. So to be his father's son, you're going to have to follow a pattern. Y'all got what I'm saying? This is really not hard. It's not complicated. Problem going to kill you. Heart. 13, 14. Now that's one transgression. Let's see you got it more. Listen.
For we do not have a lasting city here, but we seek the city which is to come.
Y'all see what happened? He said we don't have no lasting city here. So all them people that run, now this just got in here today, for all them people that running back to Jerusalem. You know why they upset about that place getting destroyed? Read it again.
For we do not have a lasting city here, but we seek the city which is to come.
That's why I've been crying my pillow. I'm all cried out. I know you've been sitting around on Damage Street. What we supposed to do, preacher? Ain't we supposed to be crying out? I don't know how you come up with
That's right.
Listen, the man has already told us what he's going to do.
That's right.
I'm not going to ask the man to do different than what he said.
That's right.
He done told, I don't have that. Y'all remember one time we were looking at moving back over there. Y'all remember that? Okay, nobody remember that now. You remember it was me and you just talking. Nobody else heard this. And I came back and told y'all we weren't doing it. Look at Yahuwah. Because we weren't seeking that.
That's right.
We're seeking the one to come.
That's right.
Y'all got it?
Yes, sir.
I'm just telling you. That's just like they came when they saw Yahushua came. You know what they did? Yahushua sent him. He sent guys over to ask him, are you him or we seeking one to come? Because they were looking for a mediator. They were looking for somebody to stand in the gap to repair the breaches. They looked for somebody who's going to be the repairer of breaches. They want to know now, are you him or are we seeking somebody to come? And he gave him a message, sent him right back to you, and I let him know, I'm him, buddy. You can put everything you got, I'm him. Listen.
By his hand, therefore, let us at all times offer up a zabak of Tahalym to Elohim, that is the pari of our lips, that give hadu to his shem.
Y'all see that? He said always he want to do that. Y'all see how we started doing getting him the Tahalym in the morning time?
Yes,
that morning you, the hadu. He said he want to hear that from the lips. I need you to start doing that. See, we're not just doing it for no reason. This is called a pattern. It's called a pattern. Somebody asked me a question. What would they ask? See if it's the 5th chapter, I'm thinking. Hold on, bro. No. Hold on. Should say speaking in yourself. Song here in that Galatians, that 5th. Colossians says that, the 3rd chapter.
Colossians
3, 8, 14, 12. I think it said more than one place. Colossians 3. We was already over there before when it said 3 and 14. Was it 12? 16? Now they could jump up. Go ahead and 12. 3 and 12. Listen.
Therefore, you are the elect of the Elohim, Kodash and beloved.
Therefore, you don't earn this on your own. See that? That means you were chosen. See that? What are you?
Kodash and copy B.
Beloved. Put
on feelings of compassion.
You ain't got this.
Mm.
You got feelings, it's just not a compassion.
That's right.
What is supposed to have?
Kindness.
And what else?
The ruach of humbleness.
Oh, they're tight. Oh, ain't no humble. It must be this a G, a grumbleness.
Meekness and long suffering.
Oh my goodness. I can do it. Come on.
Bearing with one another and forgiving each other.
And forgiving each other?
Yes, sir.
Listen how.
When you have a complaint with one another.
Just as who?
Just as the Mashiach forgave you.
If I got a problem with you, he ain't got nothing to do with him. My Jesus ain't got nothing to do with that. It's between me and you.
Just as Mashiach forgave you, so you shall also forgive. That's right.
What that gonna be called?
Kind.
I'm working on it. I ain't where I need to be on forgiving people. I also working on not being saved too.
Yeah.
While you working on fixing it, you also working on not being saved.
Yeah.
Cause he just clearly told me, he said just like he did it. You remember he was up on the toot, that little conversation he had? What was it again? He wanted
forgive him.
Forgive him. Patterns.
That's right.
Patterns. This why you guys not getting it. You're not following patterns. When they sent y'all out, did y'all have a thing y'all used to read before y'all played? They would have they go with y'all?
Playbook.
A what?
Playbook.
With y'all playing or something? It was a book so y'all know what the scheme was, run the scheme. And if you ran something and wasn't the playbook.
You're in trouble.
Why was you in trouble?
You didn't study.
Well, let's do what I'm getting. So you can't have your own mind. That's what I'm saying.
You can't.
I don't know what the word. That's crazy. You still got to be you though. You know what I'm saying? I know even though it's in the book, you listen. You got to think for yourself. These people got a playbook. They wrote that playbook. You go ahead and do your own stuff. You ain't gonna believe it. He didn't either. That's what he meant. No matter about what you think. This what I want done right here. I want you to do this. Sometimes somebody get jammed up, you might cross out, and the quarterback scrambling, you might have to run. But everybody stay with the play. Mm-hmm. That's why I designed. Most people don't know. Every play designed to score.
That's right.
Did y'all know that? Every play. Every time they touch it, it's designed to score. Every play, it's designed to score. Use a 3-point shooter. So what they tell you, at least try to at least get 3 out of 5. Hold on for a minute. Listen. So if you shoot 6, try to at least get 2, 3. Every one of them? I wonder how many did he want me to miss? Based off of that, how many did you think he wants to miss? So he wants to get every one of them?
Yes, sir.
It's crazy. Who does this? Who writes a book and expect people to follow it? Who does this? Who makes this stuff and expects you not to miss any of them? This is the craziest thing I ever heard. This is why he ain't gonna have no problem with putting us in Sheol. Because of the economic stuff. When you miss, what they say, don't worry about it, it happened. Huh? So hey, look at it, you gotta do it. That's what he's looking at. You miss, you gotta make the next one. Pressure on that. Ain't there pressure on when you miss?
Pressure.
You gotta make it now, because it look bad. This look bad. You gotta make it. You can't miss nothing else. You gotta be sure about these shots now. And I'm telling you, listen, and they just kill your company, you know they own you. They watching. Listen, all this coming back up, all they going, miss that ball. What they look at? Chris, ball. It's a game. You remember that?
Come on over here.
Hold on, what they tell you to do? Why they want you, what they come around to try to explain you it's just a game, don't worry about it.
Sit out for a while, get it together.
They want, hold on for a minute, because the ball, and it went, and you can't do that? Why not?
Well, you said every score is designed to, every play is designed to score.
The other thing they teach when to receive, come on, get that check. If you can touch it, you can catch it. Come on, man. Come on, big man. My brother said, you getting soft. I said, no, I'm not. I said, he coming. His folk been waiting on you. Come on, Kerry. You gonna do something. Come on, Kerry. You gonna do something. And my brother can't be wrong. He said you told him. He knew it would come in there. He live a life of check. That's what it did. If you touch it, I didn't subscribe to that. We got a man, come on back up and get another. We got a man want to break book around him. He from New York City, boss. Ain't that right? Now you see we do things different around here, ain't it?
Yes, sir.
Come on back here. Get in. Come on here. Come on. We can't have all this. What's all that talking for? What's all that? Get them picks swinging. What's all that? What's all that talking? What y'all talking about? What y'all talking about? What is about the boom room? What y'all talking about?
The man said they switched him to safety.
They switched him to safety. He wasn't too safe because we caught him. So I hear that. Y'all see what he told us? Pattern. Just like he forgave, you got to forgive. That's why you can't understand why you got to forgive me. Because he did it. Somebody said, I mean, people don't work like that. I don't know how we work according to the word. He told you how he said I'm supposed to live now. By every word. What did it say what we're looking at? So what's the problem? What's the problem with doing it? He said, man, that's how you're supposed to live. What's the problem? My heart's the problem. I can't get over my heart. You got to get past your feeling. This is your salvation. Salvation is not comfortable. You saw when Yahushua got it. Y'all saw he was laying out there relaxing, sunbathing, rolled over, so I got to let my cheeks brown. And started squeezing his cheek like that. He said, get the brown color. But this part, while he came and laid down there and laid on there, had to rub the cream on there so he could brown all over. That man sat right there. That man suffered. Y'all saw how strenuous that was for him? That's what it takes to be saved. That's what it takes to be saved. It's going to take everything. You're going to have to muster strength. It's going to get dark. It's going to get hard, and you're going to get criticism. You're not going to get no encouragement. And you still got to maintain.
That's right.
Y'all can't take correction for what you're doing. How you going to be saved? That man took correction for you. Not honest. Not honest. 14. Y'all don't like the teaching?
Love it.
And above.
All things.
What that mean above?
Higher.
All these things. What else?
Put on a hob.
You know how you feel like you got enough on already? How many of y'all feel like you got enough on you already? I ain't talking, you got enough on you already. Well, all right, do that. Go and put on that too. You say, are you serious? Are you serious? I don't want you to forget. I want you to put on a hob. I want you to put it on. I want you to wear it. See, that's the difference. You just have it, but you never put it on. All way to get it, you got to take it off. And you ain't going to believe it. I never told you to take it off. I told you to put it on. When I told you to take it off, guess what they did? Stuck one arm in it. Then let it drop down like a kid. It done fell on the ground. They just drug it. Drug it like that. How you let drag your kid, and then they put the thing down. I'm playing. I ain't got time to be holding that jump. It's holding me back. You play and use a kid, you can't play with no coat on. You can start warm, you got to get that thing. I don't care if you got to take it off to really play. It hold you back. You ain't going to believe it, man. That'll hold you back. That's why you took it off. Because it's holding you back. It don't let you play like you want to play. He said, above all that, I want you to put it on. And I ain't never told you to take it off. So you took it off. That's going to be 3 on we know of right now tonight. That's going to be 3 you accounted for. Because I never told you to take it off. Okay, trying to help y'all out now. Come on.
Which is...
Stop. Hold on. Which is what?
Which is the bond of Tahalym.
Let's see what a bond is. Bond. I know it's probably going to tell me about the writing government, paperwork, all that, supporting government. They should give me another one, bond. A relationship or groups based on shared
feelings,
interests or
experiences.
Lean in bar for a second. Hit me. No, hit me hard. Come on. No, hit me hard. Come on. No, come on, go on. You don't get a check. We'll get come on. All right, a little harder. Let me forgive you.
Preach forgive.
Okay. Done. Let me tell you why. Because I'm professing a relationship. Matter of fact, we talked about bond. It happens to be a relationship between, or Well, this relationship I got the same one I'm saying Abraham got, Yasakal, Yaakov, and the rest of the Yahudim that mimic it, and other people of Yashral that do it, and other Goyim that do it. This is a relationship between us that we have, and guess what it's based on? Shared. The person that established said, forgive. So I got to bump you, Lee. Up you, Lee. Can't do it, because that's the group that I'm having this relationship don't share them feelings. Them your feelings. Interest or pattern. That's what they had to do. I ain't doing that they ain't do. You trying to figure why you ain't got it. Who you mimicking? Who did it the way you doing it? I got to just think. No, drop that. You stink. You're not thinking. You're stinking. Stop it. This man looking for sweet odor. You know what I'm saying? You stinking. He sound like that in my nostril. See, he looked at the aroma that came, the chemistry that was generated from people that actually followed him literally to the letter when he told them to do something. And they had the confidence in him that he would deliver. That was something right there. The fact that he would deliver. That was it. Think about Yasakal. Only reason he'll establish it with him, I'm going to see if you still go. You know, no doubt, think about it. Man, it's a family. Don't be stupid. I'm a man. I'm saying, you think I ain't thinking? I probably should have left. I probably should have left. If it go bad, I'm going to look like a fool. You know what folk going to say? That dummy sat here and died and could have went and got something to eat. That's just straight stupid. But I'm going to fight. Guess what I'm going to do? That's right here, Lee. I'm going to hold on. I'm going to hold on. If I stay here, I'm leaving. I'm going to hold on. So got to get above your heart. You got to get above your feelings. See, the shared feeling these people weren't the feelings you have. That's why you ain't obtained and they obtain. So our goal is to do what? We have to start mimicking. We have to start imitating. You have to start wearing. Even Yasakal put on something, didn't he? Come on, folks. Come on, folks. A connection between two surfaces or objects that have been joined together, especially by means of an adhesive substance. I'll come here, heat or that's the glue. That's all it is, the glue. You ain't gonna believe it when that thing supposed to kick in, when pressure comes. And get what you know what I don't like, Chris? Being under that pressure. Woo! Boy, I can't stand pressure. How many of y'all can't stand pressure? Woo! Folks got all kind of pressure cookers in the house. What you got them pressure cookers for? But guess when they burn, this the problem what hurt you. I'm going to tell you what hurt you. You fail. Today you got an F, okay? This is your F. Because you've been thinking you were going to be saved the way you had already dictated. I'm going to go to serve one Shabbat, probably all Wednesday night. Holy Ghost. Just going to usher in. They're going to usher in, going to come in, going to fall on me. Oh, and there it comes. He said, no, you're going to get it from pressure. That's how Yahushua got it from pressure. Let's stress that man out. You know, let me set you up in one of those situations about 6 hours and tell me what you're under. Do you know what your weight is like when you nailed up on something you suspended in the air? It's all pressure. On the power of you're hot, you're sweating, you're tired, and you're thirsty, and you're hungry. When you got hungry, how many of y'all get irritated when you're hungry? When you get real, it's kind of irritating. At the point, I need to get something to eat, and you ain't going to believe what he had to do. He had to get him. He said, "Cause right here, I know what I want to do. And I'll do it, but I got to be him. I got to be him. We got to get some shirt made. Boogie, this go along with all the other shirts she ain't made. I need a heart right here. I do. I need a heart. Only way y'all going to assemble it, you don't get it. I need a heart right here. Hon, I need to put on this shirt thinking. Thinking above that. Now, if you went with your feelings, you ain't going to make it. None of us. Ain't designed to do that. Listen, this man trying to show us word perfect. Word perfect is regardless of, I still got to maintain. Even said, though he slay me. And he said he going to do what? I'm finna break off. I'm finna cut across the fit. Man, I still got to maintain. And guess what? That was in the midst of him saying, you ain't going to believe it. Pressure made him perfect. Pressure. Though he slay me? Yeah, what you do? You ain't even going through nothing and you start questioning. Stuff y'all go through be so elementary small, it's ridiculous. You cry, you pout, you mumble, and he ain't done nothing. This man lost everything he had, everything he had. And the man said, though he slay me, yet will I trust him. And then said, I still got to maintain my ways. Because you know, he got people that come behind him and in front of him. What you going to do with them? They maintain their ways. See, y'all problem is, y'all get your eyes stuck on people, people screw up. Well, somebody else ain't doing. That's never been my thing. I don't care what nobody, that's where you at. Your relationship allow you to be there. I know you ain't got no relationship, but I ain't got time to waste with you. That's where you at. My relationship don't allow for that. I'm too busy trying to imitate. I'm too busy trying to create the relationship and keep the relationship. He said, and it's shared. This ain't just mine. It's shared by everybody else that's doing it, that's obtaining it. This ain't your my own personal salvation. What you think, he got a box of Jesuses or something for you? This thing is shared. When he sat down and he took the bread, what he told him to do when he took the bread? Everybody get your own. Nigga, get your eyes off my bread. I wish one of y'all would put your hand on my part 2 of my killing spree will start. He told him to take it and he told him to divide it among yourselves. He divide it among yourselves because it's shared. Man, he said again, no, everybody know Yahushua. Take it and divide it among yourselves. They all drink from that cup. He gave it to everybody had to drink from it. The same everybody get their own stuff. Everybody, because it's shared. That's your problem. You two individuals. Y'all don't consider when you're doing stuff, you affect other people. You connect to other people. That's what you trying to teach them when they were taking other cursed things. You affect other people. You can't tell John go do this. That's John's stupid self. If he connect us, how we understand the premise of a body? This toe get to stop. The rest of my body gonna turn out walk straight. My body, that knee gonna lock that thing. Say, man, be easy with that thing. Try to use more heel, not so much toe. Come on, be easy, slow it down. It's hurting the more you move. My body automatically gonna conform to it. You gonna pick me up. I ain't even gotta tell you, say, something wrong with your leg, something wrong with your foot. My body gonna demonstrate it. You gonna tell you gonna see me doing that, you gonna say, what you think? Man, you doing real good, ain't you? You gonna say, man, something, because it's gonna demonstrate. He does the same thing with us. When one out, he said, I gotta affect the whole body. So they can see something's wrong. Come on back to what we got. Now, this is one of my questions. Somebody asked me about obtaining the Ra Shyth. How you know if you got it? That's why we had to go through this stuff. I want y'all to consider some things before you can get to that point. By his hand, therefore, let us all times offer up the Zabak of Tahalym to Elohim, that is the pari of our, that gives to his, see? Come on. Did we pillar that? We moved from him. We was in Colossians. I still had something to finish up over there, thank you. Well, above all these, put on which is the bond of, well, Tahalym. They got a different word. Come on. Oh, my goodness. Let's see what rule is. Survey says, one of a set of explicit or understood regulations or principles governing within a particular activity or sphere. That got you right down. That got you right down. This will be 4 or 5. Where y'all at? How many of y'all fell on 4 or 5 so far? 4? All right, we fell on 4 of them. Y'all see that? This is rule. He said let it rule. Y'all got it? This is supposed to rule. So what's ruling if you ain't doing what you're being told to do? What's ruling? So this is a violation. This is a direct violation. Y'all not serious about this, are you? Because is it being broken down, y'all, to really kind of get a better understanding of where your fault's been at? Because you get in and that means you drop, because he already know that's going to be, you're going to fail. You know what? He told me he don't want me to make it. He don't want me to make it. Why would he tell me to think above that? My heart is automatically to protect, to defend. Don't let me get hurt. Don't let nobody say nothing offensive to me. Don't let nobody cross me. Don't let it. He said, boy, get above your heart. You can't do it. Your feelings going to kill you. And you wonder why you keep going backward, why you keep failing, and we call it our feelings, because you keep thinking on your heart. Hello? And show you right there, it's no way for you. Y'all want the truth, it's no way for you to be saved like that. See, this is what I want y'all to realize. When I tell you can't, it's so you say, well, now I need to focus on what can I do? You have to get past that. A lot of us, that was a big hang up for me, getting past my heart. Look, me getting jilted, me getting cheated, me getting done. He said, now you got to think above that. You got to get above that. You got to be able, because I got to look at people that came before me. They set a pattern. I didn't set it. I got to follow it. Y'all got it? So your problem is follow the pattern. The pattern you follow. This right here show. Really, I seen something y'all tonight. I know where you at. Some of y'all I already know where you at. Y'all done show you it's there. I saw it. I know where you at. So y'all really got to look at how serious were you about this salvation. You weren't. You couldn't have been. I'm the type of person where I regroup, assess, and look at what I got to do. I can't stand failure. You operate in failure. This is what I watch. You fail, and this is what you keep doing now. And later, you know, going to come back and say, get what? I got it together now. What's dangerous that you could do that and you hear the word. Is that being honest? It's dangerous. You can hear the word and you can do that. It's dangerous. It's scary. Because this got to, he said, let this put the rule. What's ruling if this ain't? Trying to be saved. Trying to get past. He ain't got no, what, look, pick up, type in where it said trying to get past it in the Bible. So trying to get over in the Bible. See, if people want to, this is what people don't realize. When you talk about obtaining Ra Shyth, this is a unique experience that people get. And they're based off of unique behavior. See, that's the thing about it. It's not logical. It's not practical from the flesh. It's like when I'm good and ready. You know what I'm saying? When I'm done, good and ready is when I do it. He said, exactly. He said, that's why you can't be saved. That's how I am. I'm cut like that. He said, I know. That's why you can't be saved. So now you got to be cut again. Even Nick Damone, he won't know what kind of man he got to go back in the womb the second time. Because he looked at it. It's hard. How you going to do? How you going to be born again? You already fashioned. How you going to be? You already old and you settled. How you going to be born again? He started telling how a man going to have to do it. He had to do it from the Ruach. He had to do it. He had to be washed. He got to be cleansed. He said, man can do it. You can be born again. Hello? I'm trying to tell you, you have to purify yourself. But people don't want to do it that way. They want something, they need an angel to come in. It got to be white with blonde hair. It's got to have a one with a star on it. Ain't no star up there look like the five-finger star that pinnacle these folk got, but some reason that's how the star made. They made that the pinnacle, and they touch you like this and say, Holy Ghost. No, that's not how you get it. You don't get it from obeying. That's why people won't get it. Because think about it. Who's going to obey? That's why people can't get it. Because it's simple. He said, all you got to do is obey. And guess what you ain't done? See? He said, I caught him on a simple trick. You only get it from obeying. So what's keeping you from getting it? No, Satan. It's not hard. People make it more difficult than what it is. It's not hard. You ain't doing none of yourself. Other shared people, everybody that got it, everybody's going to obtain it. Got to do it the same way. They can't say, well, I got mine from somewhere at Dollar General. You can't do it. You got to get it the same way. Why y'all keep thinking somebody getting something different? You have to get it the same way. It's not fair to tell everybody to get it some way and you get a different way. Everybody got to maintain the same behavior. Everybody got to do the same thing. Everybody got to believe the same thing. Why would he tell you that he wants you to speak and that there be no division? Why? Why would he say that? Sure, everybody got to have the same thing. You can't have, well, he got it, he ain't got it, somebody got it, but we all still the same. That's a lie. We're not. That's the difference. Stop lying to yourself. Y'all said trying to be saved, trying to get past in the Bible. They say you got 15 best verses on putting the past behind you. Is that what we said? But even Google realized this is about the best I can do for them. That's what I said. Google said, I'll give you some verses on putting your past behind you. They're gonna probably, I'm sure they're gonna use ShamuAL when he said, forgetting those things that are behind me and pressing toward the mark. They'll get a whole bunch of stuff. That's not what we're talking about. Stuff we're doing, that's the problem guy. He ain't got no writing for it. Because you know why? He said, I don't even deal with it. I don't deal with it. Everything in the book. You know why? He look at, I don't even deal with foolishness like that. You either do or you don't. You either save or you're a sinner. You either obey or you disobey. He's looking at, he don't get all the other stuff people say. He said, I don't know nothing about that. All I know is this. Right and wrong. Love and hate. That's all he knows. Get that other stuff, that middle walk you're doing, get rid of it. You're trying to be saved. All right. Come on. Ooh, that's what you were called for. God Almighty. And where? In one body. Separate bodies. Come on. And filled with things. See that? It got to be filled with things. Come on.
Dwell within you in great abundance.
With what?
With all kakma.
Oh my goodness, that's your skill. You show your skill level. You just showed your skill level. You don't have it. You don't have it. He told you kakma. How do they know kakma? By their skill. You know how they said, I ain't got to prove nothing to nobody. I know I'm wise. It was a skill. I need you to demonstrate your skill. Exactly. You can't because you don't have it. I ain't got to prove nothing to you. You ain't my Jesus. Because you ain't got no kakma. See, people don't realize the stuff that we've been doing is not written. The man tell you now, he said, now, you got to show that it dwell you richly. Let me see your skill. Show me your skill. See that? You don't have it. But that's why he got me here. That's why I'm here. Don't hate me. Don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
That's right.
Pick me up at the first chapter right quick of the book of Byth ShamuAL, 1-17. Byth ShamuAL, 2 Samuel, 1-17. Listen.
Still trying to get it.
We needed that time. All right.
Yes, sir.
Listen.
Then Daud chanted with his lament over Shaul and Jonathan over his ben. And he said to teach the Bani of Yehuda the shir, the song of the bow. Behold, it is katab in the Sephar of Yasher.
Do anybody know why he wanted them to teach it to him? What was it? They needed that skill. They needed the skill. Only way for them to get it, somebody to teach it to them. He said, teach it to them, because they lack that skill. See, you didn't realize why you're being taught, so you can get the skill. Ask anybody who knows how to do something, it's typically taught to them. It's a skill. Hello? So he tried to make sure they didn't know how to do it. You don't have it, so I got to teach it to you. Unless you just not able to comprehend. We got to be taught. See, y'all will take it tonight as punishment or beating. I take it as he's not satisfied with us. I know he's not satisfied with me because I get a discounted setting with you guys. You guys having a dis set. I've seen some stuff that I don't like. I know he don't like it. I know he don't like it because I don't like it. I look at where we need to be and what we need to try to, what we're actually here for is to make sure we obtain this Ra Shyth. And it don't seem important now because you got bills, car notes, you got a lot of stuff going on in your life, hospital bills, student loans, kick back in, kids, and then you kind of get ready for Christmas, but you're going to lie and say you don't because your family bought it, but it got your name on the present. But don't worry about it. And it say you bought it. But anyway, besides that, you still got to look at, you know, in the midst of all that, you still got to be saved. I know a lot of y'all don't believe it. A lot of y'all not there. I'm telling you, you really say you're not there because I know your world is impeded with so much stuff that you've shown there is no way you can focus on salvation. He controls your world. That's the scary part. You're living in a world that he controls. He's going to crush it for you. He's going to crush your world for you. Just so you'll know who in control. Because you're just too dumb and stupid to realize people don't control your world. He does. That's why he needs you to maintain this behavior. I take care of them. But you're going to handle it. Because you got a way you see how to do it. And that's going to be called your stupidity. The better way for everybody to do it, let's just handle the way he's doing it. If we did a good job, we wouldn't be here. We only came here because we screwed up. All our decisions, the best we could have done, if it was so good, we wouldn't be here. We're only here because we done seen the best we could do, the best decision we can make. He even let us see, just so you'll know, he let you make decisions right here to show you this is how extra dumb you are. That was on, guess what? I know a lot of folks don't know why. We need to know that. Because you think, man, I got this, I'm smart enough to go on out here in the world on my own. No, you're not, Diamond. He let us know, no, you're not. None of us, including me, I ain't smart enough to be out. Why y'all think I ain't out there? Listen, I'm a businessman. Don't you think I know if I can handle it, I can do it? Don't you think I'd be out there doing it? I'm a businessman. That's common sense. Why wouldn't I do it? I can handle it. Because I can't. I ain't like you. I ain't going to try to see. I already know I can't.
That's right.
But you got to see, and that's the dumb part. Listen, y'all play with a man, control your mind. You only think the thoughts you thinking. You only do what you do, mobility you got, because he allow it. And when he get ready, he going to take it. He letting you process, so when he take it, you'll know. You'll know when he take you down. That's the only way for you to realize it. Everybody got to get it. The only way for you to be safe, he's just going to have to take you to the ground. You don't see it. Now, he do, you know what I'm going to tell you? I said, you know that message was for you, right? Listen, y'all playing a dangerous game. He ain't the man to play with. He just not, you done. Listen, ain't a thought you can think, ain't a feeling you can feel, ain't a place you been or you going, he can't see and he don't know. So why am I going to waste your time? Hold on. You can't see me right there. See, I got out of their way. He's sitting here looking, saying, what is this fool doing? Then guess what? He know what I'm doing. He said he's showing them how stupid they look. Y'all saw how I got out y'all sight? How many of y'all missed me a couple of times? How many? Come on, I shook somebody. Who I shook? Who didn't see me? You ain't gonna believe it. He ain't miss it either. Just like you seen me, I see you. And he see you too. That's why I did it. He just wanted to show you, that's how stupid you're doing. All I did was wasted time. All you're doing is wasting time. Because your mind got to be set. Your heart got to be set. You got to get past things because you're following somebody. You're patterning somebody. You're trying to obtain the Ra Dabatym. You can't get yourself entangled with foolishness. Well, you can't recover. You can't make it. Let's just being honest. Ask some people that do serving. They take them people in the recovery room. They don't come out. What happened? They said they ain't make it. Some people die in recovery. Hello? Let me get through. They don't like that message. So y'all said, come on back to what we had right quick. Colossians 3rd chapter. What verse we're at? 16? Listen. We already, here we go. Let
The Dabar.
So hold on for a minute. Then I have some operation in there. If you say let, because I ain't got to do it now. So he give me the opportunity to make that decision. Because he just said let. You missed that day. I couldn't miss it. Because he said let. That means if you tell me to let, that means I can stop it. I can prevent it. What I can prevent?
Let the Dabar of the Mashiach dwell within you in great abundance, with all Chokmah, Lamed, and admonishing your Nafash with Tahalym.
With Tahalym, that praise? Go ahead.
With hymns
Hymn.
and Ruach Sharim.
Ruach Sharim.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Singing with pleasure in your lob to Yahuwah.
And somebody asked me about listening to some meditation music, whatever y'all doing. I know a lot of y'all do a lot of stupid stuff. I don't know what meditation music you be listening to other than what he just told you. Elevator music, and this other fool. I don't know if you ain't got no elevator. What you listen to elevator music for? Makes no sense. I know. It's just preacher being technical. I know. What is he doing then? Because he just clearly told y'all what to do.
That's right.
I know. It's just, what did the man tell you? It's the hardest thing for people. This is the hardest thing for you. See, but here we go again now. We're all
Chokmah.
It takes a skill to do that.
That's right.
take a skill. I block people out. That's how I right over the top of them. I block them out. I block them because I know what I want to do. I know what you do. I know what y'all doing. In your mind, I ain't think I was hurting that. You ain't been hurting that because they just got in here tonight. I mean, you know, like mood music. This will be 5 times. Now, you know you got way more than that, so please don't walk away here talking about you only messed up 5 times. See, when it dwell in you richly, well, I don't know how you got time to listen to that stuff. How you got time to do it. Elevator music, jazz. It's just instrumental. Yeah, instrumental in your destruction. This is not hard. I know y'all look fun at me because I just wrote this tonight, right?
Nope.
That's why I tried. Why he told y'all let him that's taught communicate with him that teach in all 2 things.
That's right.
Because I'd have been shot it down. Typically when y'all ask me something, I'm already deep in now. In too deep, Larry Fishburne. Again, what are you trying to obtain?
That's right.
How am I going to get the Ra Shyth out with some done elevator music?
That's right.
Mood music. I know, I see all y'all faces. I know it's more than one of y'all. I appreciate the question, but how many, don't even tell me. I know, because y'all out there. I know it. You heard the man saying, singing with pleasure in your loves to the elevator. I'll be the bad guy. I work for somebody. You try to make it in or not?
Yes, sir.
All right, that's what we're working on. I'm not interested in how you, listen, none of y'all feelings mean absolutely nothing to me. So for the record, it moves me not one time, okay? That's from here and above here. It does not move me. This is my job. I'm the most hated man on the planet, one of them, and I'm loving everybody, and I get stronger. I get better with what I do. That stuff don't move me, because at the end of the day, you need the truth.
That's right.
You need to know why you're screwing up, because you keep finding other outlets. You keep finding other stuff to do. What all can I do? The man give you enough stuff to do. I don't know how you got time for nothing else. It's just some stuff don't fit. But again, you got to remember, this is for people who are trying to get Ra Shyth. You ain't trying to do it. So if I was you, I stay with the mood music. Play with the elevator. Get the escalator. See, correction. Because if I'm listening to the radio music, if I'm listening to the mood music, then I ain't letting it. That means I'm resisting it. You just did a resistance. I just told you to let. Allow. Cuff. Allow. You know what? This to get Ra Shyth, you can't fight it. You got to allow. What's it let? Allow. The man said, ask me to let you have some candy. I got to sit down. Allow. This is what the man tell me. Allow it. Allow. This is hard for y'all to understand. Y'all trying to get the Ra Shyth. Are y'all serious? Listen, you've been your biggest fight. You've been your hold up. Because you got your own idea. You bounce it off your friends. That is the dumb. I've seen some of the dumb stuff here. I ain't never seen it in my life. I've seen some of the dumb stuff in my life. I just never. Y'all know what I never did? I never, when I was no member, we asked no member about nothing. For what? I was not finna get cut down because I listen to no damn member. The best thing for me to do is go ask the man myself. Why am I listening to a member? And then I'm going to leave you right there looking stupid, Thompson. I thought it was. And I'm finna say to my preacher, cut me. They don't want that one. They don't want that one. Them jokes get out the way, be like, listen, this is what I'm going to get with y'all. This is your salvation. This is your salvation. Why wouldn't y'all be checking with the person going to tell you the best?
That's right.
Which one of these members here going to make sure you get it? And they ain't got it. Which one? Everybody quiet now. Nobody knows. They say, I ain't about trying to get this. I'm just trying to help. You ain't trying to help. You know what? I'm going to tell you the best help you can do. In the 2nd chapter of the book of Ukanah, he had to go get it. Yahushua went to a wedding, and the people wanted wine. And when they went to Yahushua's mother, she told him, and he asked that woman, what I got to do with you? It ain't my time. You know what she told him? Go ask him. Whatever he tell you to do, do what he told you to do. That's the best way to keep him getting cut down. You see what he told? When she got her cut, you know what she told? Go ask him. Whatever he tell you to do it. Do what he tell you to do. Y'all waste a whole lot of time. Some stuff y'all get. Why would I get advice from a single person? Why would I say on anybody here single ask you, give me advice for marriage? Why? What single person here y'all feel like you qualify? Now they gonna lie, because somebody feel like they can tell me. Which one of y'all gonna try your chance at trying to give me advice on marriage? I ain't been doing it but almost 30 years. And I definitely need your advice. Because you about to be single 30 years. I can't imagine my life, some of the stuff y'all do. It blows my mind. Why would you go to people who doing it? I don't know. It's a different world for me. I see stuff going on. It scares me. It's like I just got to get the wrong advice. I got to ask folks ain't qualified, who ain't doing it. For some reason, they going to know more than preacher. I don't know why y'all don't join their synagogue or their church. Something they got to have something. You listen to other folk other than me. What are y'all people thinking in here? I'm different. Not just, there's a lot of stuff. I just look at if it's something that's going to involve me in my life and my being, I just rather not involve y'all in that. If it's well store located or something like that, they know. But if something I'm going to do, it's going to be life-changing, you ain't going to be the people on my list. The people who don't know, you ain't going to be on my list. Y'all got to start looking at certain stuff you do. You have to start putting your head together thinking and start getting off of just doing something. That's why people shooting the foot. Y'all know how many days involved in a marriage? How many years involved? Y'all know how many people crash their marriages? Ask these people that's single why they single. Talk to them. They'll give you better advice than a lot of other folk will. Somebody quit, somebody faint, stuff happened. Too many problems. Just couldn't make it. A lot of stuff, everybody not good to talk to about stuff. Problem, trying to get stuff, everybody not good to talk to. A lot of people don't know. When you talk to people, you got to know people. I know people. When I talk to people here, I know every one of them. I know what they can take. I know what folk can handle. I know where everybody at in. They might think they're somewhere. Let me talk to them. I'll tell you where they at.
That's right.
Because my end is to make sure you get what you came here for. That's your salvation. I owe you that. I owe you to make sure you get that. Everything else will encompass once you look at, this is my goal. This is what I'm working for. Listen, if I please him, why wouldn't he give me what I desire? He look at, when you do what I want you to do, when you mandate that what I say is priority of everything, why wouldn't I give it to you? A child, all A, never get suspended, never get a call. Listen, you don't even tell them that stuff already done. They know what to do. And when you do, you come home, you beat the piss out of them. They ask you for something, you say, I wouldn't give you, and if I had, I wouldn't give it to you. I'd tear it up. What you do? That's a small thing. That's a small thing. That's what I give you more than that because you please me. Why wouldn't a person work to please the man so you can get and have? You don't please him, then when you don't get stuff, it's his fault. That don't make common sense. Why are you asking? You're not even his child. Some kid on the street, well, hey, Dad, let me get something. I'm like, who? Said, no. You don't need more age on you, don't call me Daddy. And right, you got to leave people at 30. Hello? I got 30 years in marriage. You got to be past 30 to call me Daddy. Minimum. Isn't that right? Minimum. You like 20-something? If I was you, I wouldn't do it. So you know if I was your daddy, your mama still be happy. That's how they can tell, is your mama happy? So, y'all, do y'all sit in? But what do we have to do in order for this to happen? Which is? Allow. That's it. See, what on here you can't do? What did y'all read you can't do? Now you realize what you haven't been doing. You say, you know what? I hadn't been allowing. See, he's showing you where your default, for all of us, if you don't know, guess what you say? How many of y'all didn't know this? How many? And guess what? That means it ain't sin to you. Who believe that? Exactly. So think of how much stuff you don't know that had you in transgression. Why you think he gives you a teacher? And then you trying to embody it with everything you're trying to figure, I'm doing everything the man told me, I'm doing it. You're not being honest. You're talking like ShamuAL here. I've done all he told me. You got so much stuff unleft, got so much stuff undone. So we come back to realize it. Do y'all understand I had to get to a place in my life to realize that I had to stop fighting him on decisions. Was it verbal? No, he see actions. It's there. I'm conscious of it. I said I don't say it. But it's shown in what I do. You know what I'm saying? I know it. I know for a fact I fought him on it. And it was because I lacked the confidence. I just lacked it. I just looked at, I got to do it. I got to take care. I got to do it. The only way you're going to do it, I got to do it. And sometimes that's you got to be careful when he do things. Sometimes he wants you to say, I want you to take this because this is what I want you to do. See, when he want to prove me out to be a son, it ain't on my time. Hey, what you doing tomorrow about 2:15? I want to use you. Now, what he going to be doing? Waiting and prepared to be used. Around 2 o'clock, he going to be sitting in his seat. All right, 2:11. 2:15, man, I'm felt out Holy Ghost. I ain't going to tell him nothing. 2:15, he just going to be used. Now, he don't pay the test, he failed. Now, he got the option. He can clean up and get the way he need to go, or he can stay stupid and stay there. That's the only way you're going to know. You just got to live your life and just realize, everybody, you keep waiting on somebody to give you an appointment on your time. It ain't on your time. He's looking at his time. It's time now. He said, listen, the day you hear my voice. Oh, you ain't going to believe how many folk done did it. That means you done it 6 times. We know 6 direct violations. The other ones you going to lie about. 6, you got 6 now you done. The day when you hear it, you hard now. Oops. See, now you got to look at, now we got to deal with something now. Was this willingly disobedient? Or did you do it out of ignorance? Because he did say this now, that if we could talk willfully, after we come into the knowledge of their mind, I'm trying to find out about them remains.
No more sacrifice.
He say no remains. You ain't gonna believe it. Justin, can I talk to you? Rest of y'all can't listen. You know when it was a guy, he came down here one time and did a whole lot of talking, moving around a lot. And trying to catch up with him was hard for people to really catch up with him sometimes. And they caught him one time. When they killed him, that's what they did when they caught him, they killed him. And they buried him. So people came back looking for him about 3 days later. And when they came in, sat there looking, I forgot what it was they couldn't find. Goodness. What it was? The remains. You know why? Because ain't nothing else for sin. See, had they found them remains, they'd have felt like they still had something. You know what I mean? People when they die, they get them cremated. You heard about that or known people do that? And some of them take it home, they call that the remains. See, it still give them something. He made sure when Yahushua got up and got out of him, you understand, ain't nothing remaining for sin. Ain't no more remains for it. So you got to be real, real careful about what you do. This endeavor y'all got decided to get on when you say you about there trying to get this Ruach HaKodesh. I don't really think you know what you were doing. I really don't think you know what you're doing because there's no remain. That was the purpose when they went. You remember she kept asking where he at? All I got is his foot. You remember she was telling him, I got his foot? Remember she talking about, I got the finger though. The finger, he was talking about he was going to go up and when he was pointing at the building, he was talking about, see this building? Now, remember she came out with the finger? She kept wanting to know where did they land because she couldn't find it. She couldn't find it because there is no remains for your kata. They don't believe me. They don't believe me. I was just talking to Justin. We had a private conversation. Nobody else should have heard it. That was the purpose of why they came there. They couldn't find it because there remain no more sacrifice for it. They'd have had it, they'd have tried it again. There's nothing left. That's the only way you're going to understand it. That's why they kept telling you they want to know where they laid him. I can't find him. The reason they couldn't find him, there's no remains. There are no remains. Do you understand when you make your mind up to receive the Ruach HaKodesh, you get it? Do you understand you cannot commit kata?
That's right.
See, you want something, you don't really know what you're talking about, do you? You really hadn't thought about it. You thought that meant that now when you're saying it's a cover, it's not. I done sealed it. That means you done went back and you done recontaminated. I can't purify that no more. How many of y'all been in the hospital and got a shot? Y'all ever seen they got that needle and use it again on you? Why? They go in and try it. They said, it might have been a quick stick. They said, we can't do that. At that point, it's contaminated. You can't put that thing. That's what he looked at. I can't bring him back. He'd be contaminated. We can only do this one time. One needle, one time. That's why you got to be so careful. Why he tried to tell you, therefore you got to get them more earnest. To the what was it? Unless they went in time. Oh, slip.
Drift away.
You ain't going to believe it. That'd be 7. Because you done slipped. Now, what did you do when you heard the word? On your heart, you didn't give. The most serious state of mind. Because Yahuwah trying to talk to me, but I got my feelings. Nothing more than feelings. This is the problem. Getting saved ain't convenient. It's not. Put it off. It's not convenient. When it comes, the time, it's going to be inconvenient. It's an inconvenience. That's why people don't do it. See, when Yahushua came, why y'all think it wasn't no room in the end? Why y'all think it wasn't no room in the end? He had to be born to stay. Why y'all think? Because remember, people, didn't they make preparation for him? They had the poem. They were like, here comes, he going to be born tonight. And we got to make room. They went in there, they throw the place. Said, listen, man, one reservation, just kick it out. We're leaving the room open. Why y'all think he was outside? It's being saved is inconvenience. It's a real inconvenience. Because you got to be used when he want to use you. You got to be available. You got to have the attitude he wants you to have when they the attitude you want. You got to obey when you saying, right ain't the time, but you say you got to be the time. Because he said, knowing the time. How ain't right now the time when you're supposed to know the time? You got to wrestle with yourself so much to keep yourself in a discipline. I wouldn't even do it. Really? You've been doing a good job at showing you ain't trying to do it anyway. Some kind of way you heard me before I just told you. It's real inconvenient. Real inconvenient. You got to take a lot of losses. Shame, embarrassment, despise, hated. Who want to be saved? You know, ain't no other way to get it than to do that, right? That's how Yahushua got it. How you plan on getting it? How you plan on getting it? His came through shame, despise. How you plan on getting it? Still complying. How you going to get it? You can't comply when it's a net land. Y'all not serious. Y'all not serious. It ain't just y'all on the other end of that camera. People not serious. People want what's convenient. You want to be able to say, well, I ain't fornicating. That's beautiful. Give them a hand clap. You know who else ain't fornicating? A guy that had his penis cut off. Ain't got no lips and tongue. So I'm not impressed with you. I'm not impressed. It's more to it than that. So he got people already doing that out there. And they don't even name the name of Yahushua. It don't have nothing to do with that. They just gonna keep this out. That's just something they always done. They were raised that way. Yeah, it's a lot of people. I know a lady, she never wore dress. She said, my mama raised me. I never wore pants. And she was just the nicest little sinner Christian you ever seen. But she never wore no pants. So your little dress is so purty. You just as purty as you can be. That stuff don't move him. He need a conduct of the heart. He need a person that can get past themselves and get over it. And that's that's the problem. Even Yahushua, y'all know where he was when everybody was on the ground. He was over the people. He had to prove it. He'd have stayed down there with us. How we know he got over us? We had to literally see he had got over us. Listen, why he didn't forgive you when he was on the ground? Why he didn't say that while he was on the ground? Why I'm right here? Come on. Hypothetically, you take him a cold stuff. Come take him, try like that. I forgive you. I forgive you. You slap him from the back, blindside. I forgive you. I forgive you. Y'all read that, hadn't you? He couldn't do it until he got over him. You ain't gonna never be able to do nothing until you get over yourself. Think about it. Where was he at when he told you he forgave you?
I lift it up.
Why he told you to get above your heart? Huh? So you can't do no good where you at. You can't do no good where you at. You gotta get over that. Why people say get over it? What that mean, get over it? Go figure. People put it in the conversation, get over it. You can't do it. Y'all want the truth, right?
Yes, sir.
Truth night. You ain't gonna be able to do it. You got too many defects. There's too much stuff you can't do. There's too much stuff you let hang you up. There's too much stuff you got to question. You just do. Your feelings get wrapped in. He don't realize. He try to show you a little stuff like that kill you. How you gonna make it? Y'all know how much we got to suffer and what we got to go through? If he didn't shorten the days, the very elect couldn't even be saved. Where I need to be at? In my feelings. Y'all people got to really sit down and consider. Y'all been wanting to know about this Ra Ha Dabatym. We can't get there because we looking at, y'all done show where y'all at. How you plan on obtaining it? What you finna do different? Tell me, I'm asking a question. What y'all gonna do different? Oh, no. Scooby, you want a Scooby snack? This ain't no game. This is serious. Where you need to be at? You seeing small things you see. You can't do this. 13:17. Abarym. At least I ain't gonna lie to you. You teach yourself. I folks do all kind of stuff. They be all over that book. I be trying to tell them all the time, I'm against it. Cause I know when you study, you're gonna come to me with a question, and that's gonna really irritate me. Cause we're not there. I got educators in here. How y'all pretty much start, like first semester, where you start on chapters? It's the first semester. Where we start at, what chapter we start in? Chapter 1? Well, I'll come back. Let me ask you a question about chapter 8. We're in chapter 1. Why are you asking me about chapter 8? I got folk trying to run somewhere. It ain't gonna benefit, because if it would, you already have it.
That's right.
Because I got to get past the fold. You know, I hear you, I got my own study. It's just the hardest folk can have. You know why he have all them folk with them books? Them folk had to come sit down and read.
That's right. That's right.
Them folk been all over the place too. That's how you kept everybody on the same premise.
That's right.
Yeah, one book, they come in and he stood to read. Everybody get it. Man, I'm finna read. That nigga read too slow for me. And you finna get your behind whooped. They gave that man the book to read it.
That's right.
And he read it and told the folk, it's been fulfilled in your hearing. That's why they give it, because you ain't with the fold. They had to be there to hear it. There's no doubt of somebody at home studying, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of this, I already know it. I'm trying to get some other places. I'd be against it. A lot of stuff I tell folks. Take your time. Study what you know. I ain't get enough lessons. Study what you know.
That's right. That's right.
Make sure you perfect that before you try to get something else. Justin, tell me that martial art you used to take. What was the martial arts style skill? Taekwondo. What belt you had? White belt, red tab, and yellow tab. What you do the first day you went in there, Justin? He was advanced. What you were doing? Van down roundhouse kick. First day he in now. And your instructor advanced you? What he told you? Told you to stop. Why would you stop a man coming in automatic first day he Van Dam kick? Surely he should let you help taught the class. Why did the man stop you? He said y'all didn't learn it? That's crazy. Ain't that something? That man, like, that's your stuff. I ain't got no reason. That man, look, I ain't finna try to perfect that. I ain't taught it. Y'all be trying to give me stuff. I don't, listen, that's your stuff. Don't try to give it to me. Listen, this is what y'all don't look at. This hurts some of y'all study or readers. You are only concerned about yourself, okay? You ain't gonna believe it. I have to move a fold.
That's right.
Let a shepherd take off on his own and lead them sheep and see what happens to those sheep. Stay with the fold.
That's right.
It's slow for you, but you got to remember, let me see, 4 and 11. Say the book of Ephesians. 4 and 11. I got y'all a little longer tonight. You'll be all right. Because at the end of the day, this is what I want y'all to learn. If this is something you really trying to do, you need to really count this cost up. Because this ain't what you've been thinking. You've been way off on a lot of stuff. And you can see already, you got a whole lot of hang-ups. You ain't even no running for no Ra Ha Dabatym. You got so much. How many times I got told y'all, let's leave this book alone. God, we do the book. I have no problem with it, but y'all see how many hang-ups I got with this book? Who got them? Y'all got them. And I try to talk to y'all, said, let's just talk. Y'all hear me say, let's just talk. I said, we're going to deal with this book. But we right back to what I was trying to tell you the first time. You ain't where you need to be. And you trying to book run. Where you going? Where you going? You directly disobeying this man to his face. How you talking about obtaining a Ra Ha Dabatym? That's scary. Wow, that's crazy. Heck, I guess you're going to just take a gun and take it from him. And he gave some
as Shalakim,
and some
as Nabaim,
and some
as evangelists, and some as Ra'ah.
He used Abarym. Plural, the M is plural.
Roim.
Some as Roim, pastors, and
Labadim.
Labadim. You know, in the Old Testament, when the first covenant, they'll call him Moray. Labadim, so what they using him. Don't forget, you got to write it, they changed. You got to remember, times change, they increase the vocabulary. These people come along, start rewriting, trying to use Abarym words, so they're going to come up with what they feel like going to fit. I know what they've done. Come on. They'll tell you they got it, they couldn't have. These people done got it because the Latins had it. They had to come back and translate this stuff back over from Latin and Greek, and people start putting what they want to put in a lot of this stuff. They ain't crazy. I know what they've been doing. For
the Tahalym of the Kodash ones.
Tahalym. We know Tahalym for the perfecting of
the Kodash ones,
for the
work of service.
So this is what I want to ask. So I got a reason why I'm here. What's your reason? Now he put me to perfect. How you fight what to perfect you? I'm listed up here. Where you at? He said he put them here to perfect you. That means you lack something. The student fight the teacher. How that work out? Have you ever had a teacher, have you ever stood your class no more than you did? You sure? You had one that no more than you did? Y'all ain't gonna believe it. I ain't had one either. Go figure. I ain't had one either. What's the chance that we all done had this to happen? Then I like, first the Red Sea, then this. What a happy day. Just trying to help y'all out. The only purpose of putting us here is to perfect you. Don't you know situation comes so you can see where you at?
That's right.
Everybody got to know where you at. Because we'll assume. The heart is a sensitive thing. It's a funny thing how it works. The mind, how it rests, how it puts stuff. This hate teaching. But it's used to perfect you. So is it hate teaching? It's trying to get you to hate what you're doing wrong. That's what you won't hate. You hate instruction. You don't hate what you're doing wrong. Once the words show you it's a violation, why don't you hate the act? Why do you hate the correction and don't hate the act? The word was, I'm thinking, which word that I read up here just got here today? Y'all know how as I'm speaking, the words start popping up on the screen? It's like he writing them as I'm saying. I said, these laws are just implemented as he's talking. These things have been here before we got here. The pattern plan has always been here. You just hadn't followed them. Yeshayahu said it best in the 10th chapter book of Romans. They have not all obeyed. That's what he recognized. He said they have not all obeyed. Hello? Okay, come on.
To the building up of the Basar of the Mashiach.
So if you're building up, where is it at? Down, because you need a foundation. See, these people knew how to build. See that? They just told you to the building up, because it's down. So we're trying to go up, right? So how you gonna go up without having these tools? These are tools. I'm just a tool. I'm just a tool to help you to get where you gotta go. That's all. What you fighting the tool for? We trying to make sure that we get it. Listen, if you don't get the Ra Ha Dabatym, do you know everything you're doing is going to be in vain? That's going to be, listen, that's what's going to pay for everything. That's going to seal and keep us till he come back to receive us. That's all he's doing. I want to keep you in a kept state. That's all he's doing. I want to keep you in that state. See, they went past the circumcision. The circumcision was something. That's what they used in their birth. That's what they boast about. That's why they boast about the circumcision. That's why ShamuAL had a problem when they all went. They had a problem. They had a big meeting. There was a big distinction over the circumcision. Should they be circumcised? They felt like the circumcision was that seal for them. He came back to try to give them life. It wasn't. Because they were so sold on that. Who needed Ra Ha Dabatym? I've been circumcised. Circumcised. Even ShamuAL came to the book of Philippians. He told you, he said, I'm on the Matar Benjamin. When was I cut?
8th day.
On the 8th day. He had because you're talking to people, this is what they believe. They're not going to listen to me, I'm uncircumcised, talk about circumcision availeth nothing. They be like, you circumcised? No. Of course you're going to say that. But he had to let them know, I'm from the Matar Benjamin. That's the right hand. I was circumcised on the 8th day. Not just circumcised, he said, I was done on the 8th day. And touching the law, he said, blame him. Blame him. He had to, because you're talking to people that keep it. They're not going to listen to you talking something. Well, I ain't where I need to be. Well, you need to shut your mouth. That ended that conversation. Shut your mouth. You ain't circumcised. You ain't in no position to talk about nothing. He done fall now. Listen, I was the son of a Pharisee. That's how he said, I will raise the separatists. So he had to come to them, let them know. When it come down to everything that you're going to try to use to combat what I'm telling you, baby, I've been there. Been there, got the T-shirt to show it. So their argument was they were looking at the circumcision was what kept them. But he would come back to let them know about Abraham. When Abraham received, when he was told Abraham about the thing he was going to do for him, he said, was he in circumcision or in uncircumcision? He said, that's all I'm trying to tell you. That the circumcision didn't keep him. It was just a seal. He was just sealing. In fact, he gave it to him. It was a seal on you keeping what I told you. And they learned how to break it. They learned how to go right. Listen, get circumcised and still don't obey that like you did. Wear the dress, wear the scarf, wear the pant, don't wear the shirt, do what you do, and you still break it. He said, that ain't worth nothing. So they're trying to reconcile us back. But you got to reconcile us back so we get an understanding to this thing of what we need to do, what we've been missing. You've been missing patterns. You've been missing how to listen to wavelengths. They got people like oceanographers and they listen to stuff. They listen to wavelengths that their animals make. That's how they determine when they're talking or what they're doing. They study the sounds. Then they watch the pattern. They'll watch it, they go, and they watch them turn, and they pick up, they want to record that sound because they're going to constantly keep listening to watch, does the behavior stay consistent? So we can safely say when they make that sound, they saying, let's turn. Guess what you ain't done? You ain't paid attention to the sound. He told them to stand in the Darakim, and what was again? And they were supposed to ask for the ancient. And when you find it, that's how you're supposed to halak. But you know what you said. You ain't going to do it. Also, he told you, I put watchmen over you. And you know what you've been told? You need to listen to what I'm telling you. He said, that's why I put them over you. You need to be listening to what I'm telling you. That's going to be number 8. 10 is when he got rid of them. We at 8. You guys are doing great tonight. You only have 2 more before he cut you off. People came before. Now, you know you way over 10. Don't even worry about that. These people got 10 times before you cut them off. How many times have you exceeded that number? Again, you find con. While you running your mouth about what you don't get, it ain't fair. And these people got cut off in 10 times. And he swore. Just like he shabbat concerning the promise, he shabbat they weren't getting in. To show them my word stands. The word that you getting in is going to stand. The word they ain't getting in going to stand. That's all we know the validity to a word. You missed that today. Because you were so dumbfounded in your way, you weren't paying attention. It had to be that way. He got to punish. If he don't punish you, how you know he going to punish somebody else? What is he punishing you for? Nurture? Don't be stupid. He punished you for something. So when people do something to you, what are you going to do to them? How you know that? See, get what you want to know, Dan. Why he punishing me? It don't make no sense. It does make sense. I recompense you for your error. I'm going to recompense them. What other confidence I'm going to have? Why? John hit me. Now, since I know he ain't going to do nothing, he ain't never did nothing to me, I'm going to have to dive on this nigga like a bucket of water. But since he's recompensed me, how many times for my error? Yours coming back to you. See? And you don't know why, though. Because you know why? Because you so in your feelings. None of that make no sense. But now it making sense, ain't it? You ain't going to believe it. It was making sense before. You just been in him. You been trying to get saved the way you want to get saved. He ain't saved nobody the way. Anyway, read that. I say you the way you want to be saved. Don't have him like that. He got an order for how he does it. It's a pattern how to be followed. And when every meat is measured and it's right, he says, seal it. That's it. He got to make sure the weight's got to make sense. It's got to be a balance. You know what I'm saying? Why we had the people to go to how it had to be just where you can have diverse weights? Like you can't have different attitudes. Sometimes I get moody. Sometimes I get upset. Sometimes I be crazy. Different weights. So you can't have diverse weights.
That's right.
Can't get a man do that and a man still be. Why he told you he was the same yesterday, today, and forevermore? Mm-hmm. So what kind of weights he was keeping in his house? What them weights is you got? A couple of 5s, some 40s, then some 100s, and come back down to some 3s and 2s. He said, no, we can't do that. So we got to have just weight.
That's right.
He said, everything got to be balanced. He said, some way it makes sense. Because think about it. You trying to follow somebody telling they consistent. Why didn't find, this was, you don't even think, we're so dumb. That's just all he, why would he tell me if the whole purpose is to get me and you to become as he is so we can cohabitate. He said, I can't live in a place with a person like you. It's impossible. We're too different. We got different mindsets. We can't agree on nothing. Who gonna let's take somebody home with them like that? So what is this you trying to, what that place you trying to go now? You see how stuff don't even make sense? Your endeavor again, it don't even make sense because you hadn't even sat down and really look at what sense does it make he's gonna take you with? You're inconsistent. He's consistent. He's reliable. Can't depend on you. Come on, finish this up. Building up other beside other Mashiach. Come on.
Until we all attain.
Just hold on. Everybody in their own order. What happened?
Until we all attain.
This is the problem I got right here. Y'all see this? This is what I'm trying to do, Chris. They trying to do me. I got to look out for me. I can't do that. I got to do this right here. We all attain.
Yes, sir.
We all attain.
Yes, sir.
We all attain. That's why I got to move slower than you. You ain't got no baggage. You ain't leading nobody. When you by yourself, you can take off right on by yourself. When you got luggage, you got other responsibility, it's going to take me a minute. I ain't going to be able to move fast as you. Even when it came down to your coat, when we were going to see our soul, he couldn't move fast. I got the women, I had to put them behind me. He had stuff, he had other stuff pressing me. He had to look at. I can't move the way I got to break people up. I got to put them in companies. How I got to move, how I got to do stuff. You got other people got to consider. He said he had to put something in the front of them. To make sure when they get there, guess what? He'll receive them. Don't you know I'm trying to give you something? I'm trying to put something in front of you so when you do get there to meet the man, he'll receive you. What you think he was doing with them? He staged them and set them back, and he set them up to where when he get there, he'll receive them. No, before he got to see our suit, he had put works out. He set things out in front of to show, to get a gratitude, to get him to a point of not want to kill him. What are you doing to make the man not want to kill you? Tell me. Come on, in hands. Tell me what you're doing. What you doing? Nobody got no answer? Nobody doing nothing. Well, that makes sense to me. You should be saved in about 3 more seconds, but we know that's going to be a lie. So it's going to be 9. We 1 away. Why is it that you're comfortable with a lie? What are you doing to keep the man from killing you before you get there? He said Barak was in front of him. So the man will receive him. What are you putting out in front of you so the man will receive you? What do you think that story was about? You're going to have to see your brother too. That's amazing. Because Yahushua said, he said he was going to sing in the midst of the congregation of the dawn. He going to sing Tahalym. He talked about he and the people gave me a 1. He said, for this call, he was not ashamed to call them my king. So, hey, you sent an offering for your brother, keep him from killing when he come back? Because they say coming with cloud, everybody going to sin, and they're going to wail because of him. What you put in front of you to keep him from killing you? Then your aim tell you he going to kill you? Don't worry about it. Y'all doing fine. Y'all on the right pathway. Everybody, let me tell y'all tonight, I'm going to get ready to let y'all go. Everywhere, everyone is where you need to be. Okay? Everyone y'all ain't going to make it in, you're exactly where you need to be. Okay? Everyone y'all going to make it in, you're exactly where you need to be. Did everyone hear me? Do y'all understand that? Everyone that's not going to make it in, you are exactly where you need to be. Everyone that's going to make it in, you are exactly where you need to be. Okay? This is a progress report. Now, you know where you at. Now, you can tell yourself whatever you want to tell yourself. You got to be good with that. But you know the truth. You do too.
That's right.
That's too.